Hello and welcome to On the Dawntrail, my Final Fantasy XIV complete MSQ guide and playthrough. We have passed A Realm Reborn into patch 2.3, Defenders of Eorzea. We just slayed Leviathan last time, so let's see what is in store for me today. The Great Divide. Our friends, the very isle itself, everyone and everything. No, it avails us not to speculate. Eorzea will send word if there are any developments. Until such time as he does, we must remain firmly focused on that which is within our power to change. With that in mind, I would speak of a different matter, one closer to home. It concerns etheric fluctuations which we had previously attributed to good King Mogglmog the 12th. That the king is no more is a blessing for which we have you to thank. Yet all is not well within the Twelves Wood. Our latest readings reveal an ongoing etheric disturbance of considerable magnitude. They may even suggest the presence of a primal. Needless to say, the mere possibility warrants immediate investigation, and I would have you... have me do stuff, of course. Ascilla, I do not wish to interrupt, but we have a problem. Oh no. What manner of problem? A band of refugees, hailing from Ul'dah this time, are come to Revenant's Toll seeking asylum. It would seem they expect us to afford them the same treatment we gave the Domans. At present, they are in 7th Heaven, awaiting a formal response. I see. Mayhap this was to be expected. I shall meet with them at once. Ascilla, you know full well we haven't the resources to accommodate many more people. Consider what will happen if you do this. Word will spread, and more will follow. Your opinion is duly noted, but I will hear their suit. Uh-oh. More people coming to us for aid. Furious, I should be grateful for your presence at this meeting. Oh man. Primals, more people. It's a mess. An absolute mess. Let's talk to some refugees. See what all the hubbub's about. I feel like my throat is finally getting a little bit better. Still have that slight tickle, but oh my gosh. Just speaking was just annoying beforehand. Hopefully today I'll do a little bit better. Where are you at? Where are these refugees? Draggle-tailed refugee. Oh, cutscene. I apologize for keeping you waiting. My name is Minfilia, and I lead the Scions of the 7th Dawn. 12 be praised, it is you! We're ready and willing to work, same as the Domans. Just give us a task and we'll see it done. Pray, calm yourselves. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I know not of your situation. Beg your pardon, Antecedent. I ain't so good with words. We've been living off the scraps of Ul'dah for years now, trying to piece together a life to replace the one that what got took. They say there's work, but there's not for an honest man. Not as wouldn't sully his soul sooner than his palms at any road. The flames do what they can for us, of course, but it ain't near enough. And it's only getting worse. When the calamity brought us to our knees, those rich bastards in the city didn't help us up. They climbed on our backs. I don't pretend to be clever, but even I can see what's coming. I knew we had to run. The only question was where, and then it came to me. Revenant's Toll. I mean, you took them foreigners in, didn't you? So you'd surely do the same for us. Oh no. I fear the situation is rather more complicated. While it is true that we accepted the Doman's petition for aid, that decision was the product of extraordinary circumstances. I sympathize deeply with your plight, but pray understand that it is not possible for an organization of our means to aid all who have been affected by the calamity. And so it is with great regret that I must deny your request. It's messed up, Minfilia. But we've nowhere else to go. You're turning your back on us? If I might have a word. Tataru, is aught amiss? Ill tidings from Ul'dah, my lady. Alphino has been wounded. What? What? How? Is it serious? I cannot say for certain, but I fear it might be. According to the flames, the refugees started a riot. They went wild, apparently, lashing out at any and everyone. Oh no. That can't be right. Why would they? They must have been provoked. The demonstration was meant to be peaceful. Ooh, 7 hells. Now the Blades have an excuse. They'll round us up and kill anyone who tries to resist.
Antecedent, please. If you won't help us build a new life, at least help us keep the ones we've got.
My lady? We are not ones to stand idly by and watch innocents suffer. However, until we know more of the circumstances surrounding this riot, I am not certain what aid, if any, we can provide. If the authorities determine that the refugees attacked without provocation, then those responsible will have to answer for their actions.
How can you be so blind?
Find Alfino, and quickly. If he is in danger, or worse, I would have you and none other by his side. That I can do. Thank you. Pray do not concern yourself with the matter we were discussing earlier. Ida and Papalima will see to it. Alfino is being treated at the Hourglass. Hurry, Furious!
Oh gosh. What's going on with my haughty little brother? Off we go. The Adventurers Guild? Yeah. The heck could be going on, man? Riots, eh?
Yeah. Oh, he looks fine to me, dude. Alfino's just hanging out.
Liars.
Come, you must have gathered by now that Tataru is given to exaggeration. As you can see, I am quite well.
I knew it.
Ul'dah, on the other hand, is not. This riot was anything but an isolated incident. There is a restlessness in the air. Tensions long simmering are at last threatening to boil over.
I apologize for the lag.
Ul'dah is a nation infamous for the great disparity between the wealthy and the poor. The majority of the populace accepts this state of affairs because they believe that every man bears responsibility for his own lot in life. To an Ul'dan, money is the foremost, and some would say the only measure of a man's worth. Small wonder that the wealthiest wield the greatest influence. So where do the refugees fit into this social hierarchy? What place is there for those who fled Alamigo and the destruction of the Calamity? Plainly, there is none. They have no wealth, no power, and no worth. To the Ul'dan way of thinking, they may as well not exist. Choosing to ignore their existence, however, is patently not an option. General Rauban and the Sultana understand this, which is why they ordered the Immortal Flames to provide the refugees aid and succor. Yet none would dispute that the expenses incurred by this policy grow by the day, with no end in sight. This has prompted more and more Uldans to question their obligation to aid these worthless wanderers, while more and more refugees have come to resent their treatment at the hands of the sneering citizenry. The manner of Lord Lolorito's refusal to grant the Dolmens asylum bespoke a disdain for all refugees, an attitude shared by the rest of the monetarists. And you may be sure they make no effort to conceal their opinions. It was only a matter of time before the refugees united in protest, nor is it any surprise that some among them would ultimately resort to violence. That the Immortal Flames should choose this of all occasions to engage in joint training exercises with the other Grand Companies. By the time they return, the situation may well have deteriorated beyond mending.
More politics, I'm telling you, things get crazy. Ooh, what are these? Ooh, oh. Oh, these are casting earrings. Don't need those. So what do we do about it, Alfino? Tell me. Desperate times. As I told you before, it was all but inevitable that an incident of this kind would eventually occur given the rising tensions within the Sultanate. Nevertheless, I have reason to believe that this particular riot may not have begun spontaneously. Have I piqued your curiosity? Good. Then you will accompany me to the Hall of Flames. I would hear what General Raban has to say about the matter.
I don't like how he just, like, tells me what to do, you know? Like, what does this guy think he is?
He doesn't ask, he literally just tells me.
To the Hall of Flames.
Oops. No, that's right. Yeah, it's ready to go.
Da-da-da. Come, my little Minotaur buddy behind me. What say you, Raban? Cutscene. Now is not a good time, Furious. My hands are full dealing with the refugees.
Precisely the matter we wish to discuss, General.
Alfino, back on your feet already?
You may credit my swift recovery to your Charorgans. I can never say that word correctly. My memories of the riot are still somewhat muddled. I trust you managed to regain control of the situation.
Not entirely. We secured the city soon enough, but not before the unrest had spread to the surrounding territories. Pockets of resistance remain throughout that land.
Excuse me.
We have sent what forces we can spare to root out the last of the belligerents, but progress is slow. They are damnably elusive.
I can well imagine. Given that the majority of refugees live outside the walls, it stands to reason that they would know the lay of the land. What I do not understand is how they came to be so well prepared. Before my little accident, I observed that several of the refugees were armed, and not with butcher knives or pitchforks, but with martial weaponry. I need hardly add that such equipment is costly. None can deny that tensions between the Old Dawn citizenry and the refugee population have increased since the Domans were turned away. But would that motivate a starving man to purchase arms in lieu of food? I think not. And what of those who have not even a single gil to spend? Who could not survive without the aid provided by the immortal flames? Surely they would sooner sell a weapon than bring it to bear against their benefactors.
Come to the point.
Very well. My point, General, is that this powder keg of discontent was not set alight by chance. These events were deliberately set in motion, and
order. And now order must be restored. That is my first duty. Until it is done, any investigation can wait. I do not have time to discuss this. My scouts will be returning anon.
Ooh, he's stressed.
Raban is stressed, bro.
The General is no fool. He keeps his own counsel, and with good cause. Were he to claim, without the necessary proof, that these riots were instigated by outside forces, the monetarists would accuse him of attempting to shirk responsibility. After all, he and the Sultana have been the most outspoken proponents of refugee aid. Regardless, they will face harsh criticism in the days ahead. Our allies may stumble upon the truth in time, but I have far more faith in your abilities, Furious. Therefore, I propose we conduct our own investigation, independent of the authorities.
Oh, something's up. 1 second, I'll be right back. Be right back.
Okay, sorry about that. Here we go. Our allies may stumble upon the truth in time, but I have far more faith in your abilities, Furious. Therefore, I propose we conduct our own investigation, independent of the authorities. To that end, I would have you make inquiries in the settlements suspected of harboring belligerents. Commander Swift will know which they are. He may balk at a request for such information, but I have no doubt that you can persuade him with your silver tongue. I, meanwhile, shall seek answers in my own way, after which we can regroup and share our findings. Very well. Well then, shall we? Alright. Okay, speak with Swift. That I can do. Oh, he's right here. Mr. Swift?
Aha! Flame Commander. You look as though you have something to say, Furious. Do you? What you ask is no simple favor. Were such information to fall into the wrong hands, the lives of countless soldiers would be at risk. Even so, there is wisdom in your words. An able individual may be better suited to this task than a regiment. Very well. The Brass Blades have reported suspicious activity in the vicinity of Lost Hope. It may be unrelated to recent events, but we doubt it. I suggest you begin by speaking to the Blades posted there. That I can do. Someone's behind these riots, eh? I'm gonna get to the bottom of it if it's the last thing I do.
Ooh, refugee camp for sure.
Alright, people's here, eh? Leofric.
A friend of the Sultanate, are we? I take it this means someone has read my report. The refugees who left with the merchant have yet to return, and I'm increasingly concerned that Zazawaka's suspicions were correct. You haven't the foggiest what I'm talking about, do you? Never mind. Speak with Zazawaka. He will explain everything. How about you? And what brings you here, adventurer? A search for refugees? Well, then you've come to the right place. Ah, you mean those refugees. Oh no, you won't find them here. Most of the people of Lost Hope have come to accept their situation, and are content to pass their days in peace and quiet. Outsiders have trouble understanding that, like that merchant who passed through recently. Gregarious fellow, but awfully opinionated. Can't say I was sad to see him go.
There was a merchant who came through here, huh? Zazawaka.
Ah, don't hurt me! I'm not one of them. I beg your pardon? You're not a flame? I see. If Leofric bid you speak with me, then I take it you've agreed to help. 'Twill be praised for that, because we haven't a moment to waste. Everyone knows the flames are on the march. The others have fallen under the fanatic spell, but not I. Promises of revolution and retribution, of holding the ruling class to account and taking that which is owed. Ha! A childish fantasy. I did everything I could to dissuade the others from leaving, but few would heed my words. Now that one of our idealists has returned, however, the madness of the merchant's plan is plain for all to see. Look beyond yonder tent and you will see why. Even now he babbles incoherently, so traumatized is he by the bloodshed he witnessed. Try as I might, I can make little sense of his words beyond the fact that he was not alone in surviving. Yet I've no doubt that merchant will lead the remainder to their doom. I beg of you, find them before he does.
Oh, that was rough to hold. Terrified refugee.
What are you doing? Don't draw! Don't draw! Why didn't you run away with me? We could have escaped together. Then you'd be here with me. Be here to soothe me. Why did you have to stay and leave me alone?
Oh, we gotta soothe this guy. Emote. Soothe. What? There, buddy. There.
Who are you? What do you want? It's true. I followed the merchant, and may the gods strike me down for my folly. What they will not give, you must take, he said. When we asked how, he revealed a cache of weapons he had brought and implored us to seize control of our fates. I thought about running then and there, but the others were so excited. He split us into 2 groups, sent us off on our own. But when the flames found us, we didn't know what to do. Our leader tried to parley with theirs, but then they started arguing, and then fighting, and then everyone was fighting, and the flames were shouting to give no quarter, and... Oh god, it's the other group. They're still out there. If we don't stop them, they'll be massacred like mine was.
Ooh, that's not good. This one. Oop. Aha! Okay. Shock and awe.
The other refugees are hiding in the caves south of Lost Hope, but to approach them would be fruitless. They would sooner call us agents of the Sultanate and try to kill us than listen to reason. Why, the twins might even deign to do the deed themselves. Huh? A pox on all bloody sellswords. They were supposed to train us to fight, but the ones he sent with us vanished during the struggle. Oh, if only we had never listened to that merchant's ridiculous claims. He said our cause was righteous, that the gods would never suffer us to be defeated. Though if they were forced to confront reality, that's it! Challenge the twins to combat and show my brethren that their strongest warriors are no match to one man. Mayhap then they will agree to lay down their arms and renounce this plot.
Okay. Some false words from some person who's apparently very charismatic, so they're believing him. And a couple of twins, he says. Not the least bit suspicious.
Found you. 7 hells, they found us. Everyone, grab your gear and make for the rendezvous point. So that's your game, is it? Sorry to disappoint you, lad, but we're more than willing to kill you ourselves.
Oh, you idiot. You don't want to mess with me. I'm telling you that.
We can take him.
Lies.
Woo!
Put the hurt down on that guy now. Oh, more. They're just a bunch of monks.
Footwork.
More speed, more footwork, more passion. Anybody else want to? Oh my god, so many.
Oh, a challenge. It's been too long.
I dare you to try and fight me, dude. I'm wrecking this guy.
Meddlesome wretch.
Man, too easy.
No, no.
He even put a rampart. That's a good tank for you. But not good enough. Now what, huh? Anything to say, buddy?
You beat him like it was nothing. Thal Almighty, what are we gonna do now?
Get out of here. Too easy, mate.
Yeah. You've returned. Did you find my brethren? What of the twins? What happened? I see. Well, you had no choice. Better that a handful of them take a beating from you than the lot get butchered by the flames. Tell me, what did the merchant have to say when it was over?
There was no merchant.
Huh? But where else would he be? Unless he went to Stone's Throw to recruit others.
Oh no. Reap the Whirlwind.
The merchant wished to protect the refugees in Stone Throw, but was waiting until the flames withdrew their forces from the vicinity. Now that they have, there's nothing to stop him from continuing his work.
To approach the refugees.
How many more must perish in pursuit of this futile cause? How much more suffering must we endure before it ends? Find him. Convince him to cease his mad quest. It will surely lead us to ruin.
Fair enough. Stone's Throw. Where the hell is that? Okay, let's teleport to Blackbrush Station first. And then we'll go to Stone's Throw.
Find ourselves a merchant. There it is. Ulda.
These refugees are getting a bit unruly, huh? Things finally coming to a head. I like that they really like flesh out this whole thing of like, yeah, it's not just like Ulda has a city with refugees, ha ha ha. It's like the refugees are actually doing stuff. There's story implications. Pretty crazy. L. Oh no, she's crying. Oh no, oh no.
Have you seen my parents? They told me to stay here with the others. They said they'd be back soon, but it's been days. They left with the man from Ulda. The man said they were going to change everything, make it so we could live lives inside the walls with everyone else. I liked it when he said that. I didn't like it when he talked about making the rich people pay. Everyone looked so angry and I got scared. Say, mister, are you looking for someone?
I'm looking for someone stirring up trouble.
That's my canon voice.
I mean, the man who left with my parents, but I don't know where he...
Found him.
Wait, look! Over there! I think that's him!
Well now, which of these gullible fools shall be my next victim?
Really? You picked me?
You! I...
Uh-oh. Does he know me? Do I know?
He's getting away! Go get him, mister!
Do I know him? I was expecting Ungard or whatever his name was. Oops. Where'd he go?
You won't get away from me, you punk. Not while I can fly.
Where'd he go? Caught you red-handed.
You again! Why are you pursuing me? Sedition, treason, revolution, that's preposterous. Who has filled your head with these lies? Refugees? The self-same refugees who terrorize the streets of Ul'dah? Ha! You have no evidence to prove your accusations. None. No, I will not accompany you to the Hall of Flames. You have no right to detain me.
Oh.
For the sake of argument, let's say I did do the things you claim. Surely you don't think I give a kickern's arse about politics. It was business, only business.
He's looking for a way to escape. Ooh, who's this?
We both know I am not the one you want. However, if you agree to protect me, I swear I shall tell you everything.
I can do that. I'm a good protector.
Oh no. Oh!
I'm a bad protector.
What's all this commotion? 7 hells. Tell the others to spread out and search the area. The killer may still be close. Oh no. A murderer? Hold, adventurer. I would know more about your relationship with the victim, as well as the events leading up to his death. This man was responsible for the recent riots? Mayhap we owe his murderer a debt of gratitude. Don't say that. In any case, it is obvious you are not the one we seek. You may carry on with your investigation, Scion.
This is just not good at all.
Back to the immortal flames.
What is going on, man, you know? Something's not quite right.
What news, Furious? Where is the merchant? Murdered? Damn it all to the 7th hell. He was not simply murdered, Furious. He was silenced. Too many knew his face, and he was ready to divulge his secrets. Do not despair, though. We may be closer to identifying the true orchestrator of these riots than you realize. Thank goodness.
Look up. See, do I have better? Yes, I do. New stuff.
Revolution. Ooh, that's sketchy. The Flame General left word that you were to proceed to the Fragrant Chamber as soon as you returned. He wishes to discuss your recent discoveries, as well as the results of our own investigation. Master Alphino has already been informed and should be waiting for you outside. Pray, proceed to the Royal Promenade with all haste and speak with Bartholomew. They're waiting for me.
I'm gonna uncover this plot. Damn, that guy's a pretty good archer, dude. One-shotted that merchant. Not even I can do that as a bard. Maybe he should be my my bard trainer, not this Jahentel guy. What business have you... Dang it, couldn't read it fast enough. Alright, Alfino. Use that silver tongue of yours, no matter how cocky it is.
We have been expecting you, sir. Please proceed inside.
Indeed. These are all, yep.
Commander Swift has kept us apprised of your recent activities. You've made great strides towards quelling the violence.
Despite our best efforts to determine what provoked this uprising, the truth continues to elude us. Have you uncovered aught which might shed some light on the mystery?
This information does not leave this room. The Syndicate's decision to reject the Doman refugees' appeal for asylum had lasting repercussions. A number of those displaced by the calamity claimed it was proof of a policy of discrimination. Together with a group of Alamegan refugees, they organized a series of demonstrations to protest against the Sultanate. Demonstrations which became heated, but did not descend into violence. Until a certain incident served as a call to arms.
A unit of brass blades sent to supervise a demonstration loosed arrows upon unarmed protesters. It was this atrocity which prompted the refugees to take up arms. I need not tell you what followed.
We assumed at first that the attack was born of a miscommunication. When emotions run high, they happen. But suspicions were raised regarding the unit's commanding officer, whom I ordered interrogated. Sure enough, our fears were soon confirmed. The dog confessed that a merchant had offered him coin to give the order. A merchant in the employ of Teleji Adeleji.
That guy.
Teleji Adeleji. But he spoke in favor of the Doman's cause, and has ever seemed sympathetic towards the refugees' plight. Why would he do such a thing?
Know you of the Cartano Reclamation Bill? It is a proposal to annex the Cartano Flats so that refugees may establish permanent settlements.
When last I looked, that was disputed territory.
Aye. Some might even call it a battlefield. The destruction wrought by Bahamut was greatest at the Cartano Flats. That much is common knowledge. What is less well known is that his rampage laid bare ancient Alagon ruins, of which no record existed. There are certain differences of opinion as to how these ruins should be handled, which is why each nation maintains a military presence in the region to this day. Yet differ though we may, we are still allies. Therefore, in the interest of preserving the Eorzean alliance, we have reached an agreement. Any conflict which may arise during the course of military exercises in the region shall have no bearing on relations between our nations. In full knowledge of this delicate state of affairs, Teleji Adeleji proposed the Cartano Reclamation Bill. A shameless bloody ruse which stands to benefit him in but one conceivable way. If successful, he will gain control over the disputed territory under the guise of assisting in the resettlement effort. And you can be sure he'll build an orphanage next to every Alagon ruin.
The man would threaten the unity of the Eorzean alliance and risk countless lives for personal gain.
He walks a path all his own. independent of any faction and beholden to none of his fellows on the Syndicate.
By inciting the less fortunate to violence, he hopes to convince others that the Cartano Reclamation Bill is the only viable solution. His sympathy for the plight of the Domans was not but posturing to gain credibility with the refugees. Of that there can be no doubt.
Forgive me, but what could possibly motivate Teleji Adeleji to go to such lengths? What is so special about these ruins that he would risk his position on the Syndicate, and, most likely, charges of treason against the Sultanate?
Omega.
Pardon?
An Allagan monstrosity, not unlike the Ultima weapon. Mayhap larger, we know not. It has yet to be fully excavated. Allagan inscriptions indicate that it was created to fell Bahamut himself. If accurate, it might explain why Nail Van Darnus chose to bring the Red Moon down upon the Cartano Flats. Given the ends he went to ensure Eorzea's annihilation, destroying the one weapon which could stay the Elder Primal may well have seemed like good sense.
When first I bore witness to the power of the Ultima weapon, I doubted the evidence of my senses. And now you tell me there is another such weapon. One which could contend with Bahamut. Bahamut!
Aye, we were skeptical ourselves. Truth be told, until the Ultima weapon's existence came to light, we thought the inscription had been mistranslated.
At present, Omega is more akin to a fossil than a tool of war, having long since ceased to function. As such, its true potential cannot accurately be gauged. However, if someone were to restore it, as the Garleans did the Ultima weapon, I have little doubt that he would wield untold power.
Power enough to subjugate Uldar like as not, and the rest of Eorzea besides, which is doubtless why Teleji Adeleji yearns to have it.
That he should aspire to world domination. He who has ever walked 2 paces behind Lord Lolorito in matters of commerce.
'Tis in acknowledgement of his own limitations that he seeks this power. Woe betide us all should we allow him to have it.
Pray waste no time chasing rats. Only a fool would believe that secrets can be kept in Uldar.
It would seem the implications of the Sultanate's refugee problem are rather more far-reaching than we assumed.
Jeez, talk about a bombshell. Things really do be getting crazy. So what do we do, Alvino? Tell me. Stories we tell. I should be glad to know the truth, and yet, the thought that all this chaos was the product of one man's lust for power sickens me. How long do you think they intend to hide the existence of Omega from the Scions? That they even felt the need to do so is most troubling. It would be in our best interest to learn more of the military activities in the disputed territories. You are, of course, the Scion best suited to this task, Private Cable. Do take a moment to visit the Adder's Nest to make inquiries at the earliest available opportunity.
Begone, whelp! This is no place for children.
Hey, be nice. I'm sorry. I was looking for you, mister. You said you were looking for the man who left with my parents. You know this girl? So he visited Stone's Throw as well. I see. Did you find the man? Were my parents with him? They were not, I'm afraid. However, I can think of several places they might be. If you like, we can go and look for them together.
Really? You'll help me look, mister?
Of course. But first, I must needs finish speaking with my friend. He's telling me a secret, you see, so no one else is allowed to listen. Mayhap you could wait for me by the pillar over there. We require but a moment.
Okay, mister. I'll be waiting.
Bye, kiddo. I'll take her to the quicksand. Perhaps mayhap Mamodi will know what to do. Ah, a legion of Garleans, an ether-starved primal. Even dealing with an Ascian would be preferable to this charade. Sometimes I fear Minfilia is too ambitious. We rush hither and yon in response to threats as they arise, without concern for the strain it places on our limited resources, and ourselves. Mayhap the time has come for a change. Furious, this is Minfilia. I know this is sudden, but I must ask you to return to Revenant's Toll with all due haste. The situation in the Twelveswood has taken a turn for the worse. I will explain in detail once you arrive. Hey, I'm headed there anyways. Talk to the Adder's Nest. The Twelveswood? Then the primal threat she spoke of before has been confirmed. I have received no reports of Ixali activity, which leaves the Sylphs? Go, Furious. You know as well that the appearance of a primal, takes precedence over all else. Oh, and when you arrive, do inform the antecedent that while I am grateful for her concern, she needn't fear for my safety. I am more than capable of protecting myself. If you say so. Bye, Alfino. Oop. What the heck? Oh, weird. To the Rising Stones! Come, my bull buddy. Off we go. Where is... Ding, 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 ding. Hosen's talking to Tataru. He stole it with Koharu. Let's see if... Yep, Yozen is still on top of those things over there. We're all just having a grand old time. Here we go. What news, Minfilia? Uh-oh, a Serpent Herald. Not good. It is a relief to see you healthy and hale, Furious. The latest news from Ul'dah was most disturbing. Clearly, the only injury Alphino suffered was to his ego. Doubtless it will heal ere long. The other Scions will need to be present for this meeting. If you are ready to begin, I will summon them now. Yes, I am. After I put on these cool new wristlets. Lord of Levin. Thank you for responding to my call with such haste. A primal. Rest assured, I should not have summoned you were it not urgent. To business then. I have received some most disturbing news from the Order of the Twin Adder. They have reason to believe that the Sylphs may have called forth the revered guardian, the primal of Ramuh. I'm sorry, may have, then it is not certain. The Elder Seedseer informs us that the elementals themselves murmur of the Lord of Levin's return to the forest. The Sylphlands, however, display no signs of undue commotion. Forgive me, antecedent, but that fact need not contradict the elemental's testimony. Unlike his more bellicose compeers, Garuda and so on, Ramuh is reputed to only act in the defense of his children. I imagine he would soon make his presence known if any were foolish enough to directly endanger the Sylphs or their territory. The abruptness of this development concerns me. Were we not keeping a close watch on the touched ones and their movements? If preparations for a summoning ritual were indeed underway, it would surely not have escaped your notice. Oh, it didn't. I was pretty sure it was going to happen, just not this soon. I beg your pardon? You foresaw this eventuality and did not to prevent it? I told Papalimo. I suppose I could have reported things to Minfilia earlier, but there honestly wasn't much we could do except wait and see. You know how the Sylphs feel about people poking around in their territory. They already summoned Ramuh once right after the calamity, but that was because the Garleans came tramping through the forest. Excuse me. And so long as the Castrum Orient stands, the Sylphs cannot be blamed for wishing to have their guardian deity on hand. In short, Ida and I are in agreement. The actions of the Forest Folk were inevitable and unavoidable. And I maintain that observation would have remained the best policy had it not been for the sudden influx of strangers into the Black Shroud. That, alas, we did not foresee. By all accounts, the recent violence in Ul'dah drove a number of refugees to seek safety under the concealing canopy of the trees. 'Tis like that the Sylphs perceive this panic migration as yet another invasion, and quicken their efforts to summon their god. I am put in mind of Titan and the kobolds. Once again, it is the affairs of men which have paved the way for a primal's coming. Indeed! One cannot help but wonder what manner of place Eorzea would be without the civilizing influence of mankind. Be that as it may, this regrettable development does afford us a unique opportunity. Furious, through your dealings with the Sylphs of Little Solace, you once succeeded in preventing an untimely conflict with Gridania. I wonder, might one who has treated with the Sylphs so fruitfully in the past not achieve similar success with their patron deity? If Ramuh can be convinced of our intentions, it may be the first step to breaking the cycle of primal summoning. A fond hope. Were such a thing possible, we would not have been at war with the Beastmen since time immemorial. But maybe this time we can... Let us continue this discussion anon. We must needs first consult with the nation most affected by Ramuh's presence. The Elder Seedseer has requested your personal involvement, Furious. Pray, report to Commander Helio at the Adder's Nest as soon as you are able. Steel yourself for the worst. While I hope for a peaceful resolution to this matter, experience suggests that your meeting with the Lord of Levin will prove less than amicable. In such an event, your fellow Scions will of course lend you whatever support you require. It's up to me once again. I'm the workhorse, the one doing all the stuff. Lord of Levin. There we go. Wow. Onward. Alright. What, the band is still here? Whoa, what? Incarnation? They're gonna start playing something here pretty soon. Or dancing. We'll see. Once I turn in this quest, maybe they'll be doing something. Helio. Private Cable. Your arrival has been most anticipated. The appearance of a primal is ever cause for alarm and unease. Though my men stand ready for any eventuality, I know of none more qualified than you to snuff out this threat. Indeed, I would have you do so without delay. The Elder Seedseer, however, would speak with you first. She is of the opinion that your diplomatic, rather than martial skills may better serve our cause. I would leave further explanation to our learned leader. Pray, make your way to Norfolka's altar. The conjurer in attendance will admit you to the lotus stand. Okay. Gotta go see Kane Senna. Guess they're not gonna do anything. To the Conjurer's Guild. The other Scions have already arrived, sir. May I show you in? What? How have they been here already? First person. Whoa. Alright, Kane-senna, what you got?
Scions of the Seventh Dawn, on behalf of the people of Gridania, I bid you welcome. Your presence is of great comfort to us all in these days of uncertainty. I summoned you here to share tidings of a most urgent nature. But a short while ago, the great elemental spoke, and his voice was clarion in its intensity. Ramuh is returned unto the forest. Scarce had his words ceased to echo in mine ears when we were visited by an emissary from Little Solace. Our guest informs us that the sylphs too have sensed the presence of the Lord of Levin. Though his exact whereabouts remain unknown, we may safely assume that the primal was summoned within the heart of the Sylphlands. Unlike the other primals you have encountered, Lord Ramuh is no raging avatar of destruction. He is revered as much for his wisdom as his strength, serving as both arbiter and guardian to his children. Given that we and the Sylphs found a way to share the Twelves Wood, it is my hope that this sagely immortal will be amenable to reason, and that conflict may be avoided. Blessed as you are with the power of the Echo, you are one of the few among us who may commune with a primal without fear of influence. I would ask, therefore, that you represent us in this most delicate of negotiations. The Twelves Wood has suffered enough. Upon this, we and the Sylphs, and I would venture Lord Ramuh himself, are in perfect accord. Let us not endanger our shared home by engaging in unnecessary hostilities. Dear friend, I beseech you, safeguard the peace which exists between our peoples. You have my thanks. Pray make for little solace, then. A member of the Order of the Twin Adder awaits you there. He will advise you on how to find the Lord of Levin. An ill wind blows through the forest. Yet, it is not only the Twelves Wood that flinches at its coming. All the lands of Eorzea shiver in dread anticipation. Have care.
Dang, that's ominous. Hopefully things turn out okay. Alright, let's go to Little Solace. First by going to the Hawthorne Hut. I wonder how long these spooky decorations are gonna hold up. It's already almost mid-November. Oh, I think it's for the entirety of the event. Oh, I still need to do that event. All Saints Wake, I think it's called. And you get the whatever stuff they have. Serpent Lieutenant. Private Cable, I was told to expect you. I understand you go to treat with the Primal Ramuh himself. An unenviable task, but one for which I have no doubt that you are well suited. I have been told that your fellow Scions are conducting an investigation of the area as we speak, that we might ascertain the location where the Lord of Levin might be found. I would ask that you abide here until they return with their findings. Sure thing, buddy. Levin and impression. Oh my goodness. Somebody's clever. I was told that a messenger will be sent as soon as your fellow Scions had finished their investigation. I do not imagine it will be much longer. That's a messenger if I ever saw one. This one returns, and returns with good tidings. Wise ones have finished searching and have wisely identified the precise location where the Touched One summoned Lord Ramuh. Oh, take this off. Your timing is impeccable, my fluttery friend. Might you be so kind as to escort this good man to his fellow Scions? It would be this one's pleasure, Walking One. Please, please come with this one. Oh yeah, baby. Let's see if I can go talk to a primal. Where is it? All the way in there! Let's see if I can go over. Cut straight through? That's what I'm talking about. Oh, thank goodness for flying. Even though this area is super cool. Wise ones have ventured deep, deep within the Sylphlands. These ones must proceed carefully and keep an eye out for touched ones. Fear not. I can fly.
There was a time way back when you could not fly. You had to do this all on foot. Not impossible, but still annoying nonetheless.
This one is most sorry, but this one can go no further. Draw too close to Lord Ramu, and this one may turn mean and nasty like touched ones. And so this one must say farewell for now. Walking one will find wise ones not far from here to the south. Go in safety, walking one.
Okay. Thanks for your help, buddy. There they are, my buddies. Papalimo.
So, it's actually you. I am relieved. For a moment I thought we were dealing with another one of those confounded sylph tricksters. I swear, with them wreaking havoc with their skin-changing magics, it's a wonder I was able to finish taking my measurements. Yes, it was quite the ordeal. You should have seen the look on your shoulder's face when the one impersonating you suddenly showed up. That's quite enough, Papalimo. Ahem. My apologies. It's not like me to ramble so. At any rate, as I was saying, I have finished measuring etheric activity in the area, and I am pleased to say I have reached an indisputable conclusion, to wit that Ramu was called forth in the vicinity of the Sylph's Aetherite. Come, Furious, the Lord of Levin awaits.
If anyone can convince him, I can convince him. For I'm the warrior of light.
Here? Oh, there we go, perfect.
Uh-oh. They're enthralled. Lightning.
Thine order betrays thee, servant of hiding. Thou art the bringer of light, bane of Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, and Leviathan. I am Ramu, guardian of the children of the forest. Thou tramplest upon sacred soil, bringer of light. By what right doth man intrude in this sanctuary of the sylphs? Gridanians proffer peace? Their words are born of delusion, thine offer an insult. Thou speakest of harmony, yet carest naught for my children's desires. They did but wish to dwell beneath these boughs in solitude, yet even that was too much to ask of man. Thus did they turn to me for succor. The sentence I pronounce upon thy kind is just. Gridanian or Garlean, it matters not. The good intent of one excuseth not the misdeeds of the other. Thy conflicts have brought naught but anguish and misery unto the forest. All blame doth lie with the darkness that resideth in the breast of man. Whence sprung this calamitous seed? In the beginning no such duality existed. Were light and dark given form when man was born? It would explain much, not least why strife and sorrow follow ever in thy wake. Thou canst not deny the urgings of thine own nature. Knowing that thy mere presence here portendeth tragedy, wilt thou persist in this pretense of peacemaking?
thou bearest the crystal which I bestowed upon my wayward charges, that they should entrust so precious a gift to thee. Thou standest apart from thy kin. Thou art the bringer of light, aye, but there is something more in thee. Very well. I shall consider thy proposal, shouldst thou survive my trial. If thou wouldst champion the cause of harmony, I must have proof that thou art fit to play the role. Wither mine ire, and prove to me thereby that thou hast strength enough to stay the darkness which threateneth to consume thee. Yet if thou shouldst be found wanting, know that all men shall perish in the storm of my judgment. Come to me, bringer of light. I shall await thee on the field of battle.
Eorzea, it is rare indeed to find you so far from a tome.
The Lord of Levin himself. Never till this day had I looked upon his visage, save in painted renderings made faint by time. Ever shall this scene remain etched in my mind's eye. Beg pardon, my lady. I must beg thine aid on a point of research. If thou art resolved to face Lord Ramuh, I would ask thy leave to observe the event.
Nice, the striking tree hard. Dude, Ramuh is friggin' cool. Holy moly. Oh, I don't get attacked by any of these guys. Alright, so the next thing to do is duty finder stuff. Let's do it. Here, you want to go into, once again, trials, the striking tree hard. Join. See how long. 6 minutes? Let's go! Super quick. Nice. I have 6 minutes to wait, so I'll just stay up here where it's safe. Oh, looks like there's another person hanging out. Nice. In the meantime, I will be right back. I'm gonna go use the restroom right quick. Burb.
Alright, let's see. Usually the times are pretty decent. It says 6 minutes, and I've been waiting for 2 already. But sometimes they're not super accurate. So there is a couple other things I think I can do in the meantime as I wait for the queue to pop. One of them is visit the Aesthetician. That is the way I mentioned before to change my hair color, and things like that, little small things. And there is a blue quest that I must do. I don't actually entirely remember where it is, but if I'm not mistaken, I start in Limsa. Let's try Limsa first. And I think I have to go to the Aft Castle. It's somewhere in here. Let's see, any blue quests here? Rising to the challenge, I don't think that's it. Beauty is only Scalp Deep, that must be it. So, starting from the Aft Castle, let's go accept this Beauty is only Scalp Deep quest. This will begin the quest line for the Aesthetician. Yeah, there he is, that's the guy. You're either a brave man or a fool, friend, to be wandering the streets of Limsa tonight, what with the slasher of Fisherman's Bottom on the loose. You've not heard? There's a madman about. Why, it said he brandished his blade so long and sharp that they could gut a whale. No one's seen any blood yet, but that hasn't stopped the rumors from sending shivers up spines in every alehouse in town. That you're still standing before me tells me you don't scare as easily as the rest. Perhaps you could assist with the investigation. To start with, you might want to look into that scream I heard just outside. Ugh. Alright. It's really neat how they incorporate features in this game with quests, and each quest has like a little story. Sometimes it can be silly like this, we're looking for a mass murderer apparently. But here we go. What are you waiting for? That's him! That's Slasher! Apprehend him, toss him in the gall, and throw away the key, or gut him and feed his lifeless body to the sharks for all I care. Just do something! Woe is me! Whatever did I do to deserve this cruel fate? For 6 moons, I saved every last gill of my husband's hard-earned wage, foregoing new shoes, a new purse, sometimes even food for our children, all in anticipation for this day. What's so special about this day, you ask? Why, this day marks the arrival of a world-renowned aesthetician in Limsa. My endless patience and self-control were to be rewarded with a hair-rising transformation that would have every fashion-conscious Lamintian oohing and ahhing in admiration. Instead, I find myself accosted by this lecherous lout. Speaking of which, weren't you going to do something about this? Go ahead, have your way with him. I doubt he has anything to say for himself. This guy's fine, dude. This guy's fine. Let me doubt him. Or doubt. Wow.
Oh, the ignominy of it all! Of course you take her side! For shame! Is there not one sympathetic ear in this entire nation? An artiste of my renown should be welcomed with open arms and a 21-cannon salute. Instead, I am branded a criminal, the tools of my trade, nay, the extensions of my very soul, ripped unceremoniously from the person like barnacles from the side of a frigate. I will not last long in my weakened state. No, even as we speak, the world around me grows dim. With my dying breaths, I speak upon you 3 names, 3 kind souls who might yet put right what has gone so frightfully wrong. Forge Master Hananza of Nalkedin Vermilius, Guild Master Beaton of the Gridanian Carpenters Guild, and Severian at the Alchemist Guild in Ul'dah. If there is an ounce of compassion in you, seek them out and tell them Jan Delane sent you. When my soul is restored and my name rightfully cleared of all of Limsa, nay, the entire realm will sing your praises, for I, Jan Delane, am none other than the
Alright. I have a quest if I ever heard one. So first things first. Okay, this guy's right down here. Easy peasy. Yep. He wants me to go talk to a bunch of people. Okay, in the queue, we now have 2 out of 4 DPS. Still no tanks and healers, though. Hopefully that changes quickly. Hiya! Here you are. Hananza. Jan Delane sent you? Let me guess, the barmy fool's lost his tools. pardon me, the appendages of his soul again, and is thrashing and tossing like the days of end of days is nigh. The man brings it on himself. If he toned down the theatrics and went about his work like an earnest craftsman, I dare say he saved himself these misunderstandings. No, I've not a whit of sympathy for the fool. You, however, have my pity for indeed having to play audience to his winging. Any road, this should shut him up for a while. Tell him that if he loses these, I'll graft the next pair to his bloody hands. Okay. Next. Ulda, or Gridania, eh? Let's see, where's it? Okay, it's over there. Sprint up. The Carpenter's Guild, which I think is this one. Yes. Ah. Oh, it's the Guildmaster. Beaten. Oh, man, that gave this guy a voice long ago. I don't remember what it was. A message from Jandalane, you say? So he's lost another one. Ah. Does the man not understand that wood doesn't simply grow on... Actually it does. At least in a manner of speaking. But the fact remains that resources are in short supply. For all his flowery words, if his tools were truly an extension of his very being, one would think he'd find a way to hold on to them for more than a fortnight or two. Jandalane's skills are not to be doubted, but his temperament leaves much to be desired. Still, it is not my place to judge. Take this to him and let us both hope that he will right his ways. Thanks, Beaten. Last, to Ulda. Going all around the world here. The Alchemist Guild. Oh, perfect. There's a net there. Come on, people. Join the queue. Alchemist Guild. Pumpkins. Ah. Severian. Ooh. You've come on behalf of Jandalane? Why, I just furnished him with a fresh batch of my special creations last week. I realize the man's services are in demand, but it would be physically impossible for him to exhaust the entire supply so soon. Stolen, you say? An unfortunate turn of events indeed, if not entirely unexpected. You see, the man is something of a genius, and genius is often misunderstood by modest minds. Trust me, as I speak from extensive personal experience. Yes, great minds must band together in trying times, lest the realm be deprived of our talents. And so I command you, deliver this parcel to Jandalane with all speed. There you go. Jandalane, here I come. Back to Limsa. Ooh, what the heck? Heckin' foggy up in here. Ooh, I like that guy's suit. What the heck is that, dude? Is that the Fall Guys thing? I like it. To the aft castle. Jandalane. If there is an ounce of compassion in you, friend, I beg of you, retrieve from me the tools of my trade, for I am none other than Jandalane. The S. Oh. Come on, guy. Could this be? Yes, I can feel it. The light returns to my eyes, power courses through my fingers. I live. And as I live, this unspeakable embodiment of ugliness must die. Begone, foul fiend! And so I ask, how do you feel, madam? Why, it's as if, in but a single magnificent moment, I traveled beyond the void and returned to life as the embodiment of all that is beautiful in this world. Could it be? Yes, it must! How else would explain such power? You are the one whose coming was foretold. You, yes, you are the Aesthetician. In the flesh, madam, I am Jandalane, crafter of coiffures so divine that Menfina herself doth begrudge my clientele for their beauty.
But let us speak of you, madam. For where a moment ago stood a fashion challenge frump, now there stands a beauty reborn. Mm-hmm. And you are the one I must thank for reviving my soul, that I might once again bestow my gifts on a realm bereft of beauty, a kindness I intend to repay in full. Do you fear that your own hairstyle is becoming passé? Fear the specter of ugliness threatening to consume you? Fear not, friend, for it shall not survive my wrath. Oh, indeed. As the madam before you, as this very realm we call home, from an abyss of unfathomable drabness, you shall rise anew. My clients have been known to make reservations moons, even years in advance, but you shall know no such troubles. No, for proving a staunch ally to good taste when all others turned a blind eye, I gladly place myself at your beck and call. Yes, the next time you find yourself plagued by an aesthetic... What is that? I don't know how to pronounce that word. You need only ring the crystal bell from the comfort of any inn room at which you have taken up lodgings. Jan Delane shall hasten to the scene. Yes, in a flash, the dreary, uninspired life you have hitherto known shall end. You shall travel to the realm beyond and return to us as a beauty reborn. I give you this as a token of the trust between us. Treasure it, for it is the key to a world of aesthetic wonders ordinary man shall never know.
Oh, Master Chandelaine, do come back. I've not made my next appointment. I'm telling you, they put features in these silly quests. And they're fantastic, to say the least. What did I get? I got a Jandelaine's token. There we go. I got the Aesthetician. Okay, cool. So now I can change my appearance. Oh gosh, this is taking forever. This is no bueno, I tell you, no bueno. So, just a really quick tutorial of how the Aesthetician works. You go to an inn, and there's inns in any of the major cities. This is the one in Limsa, there's one in Ul'dah, there's one in Gridania, and they should all be right next to where the Adventurers Guild is. Greetings, lad. What can I do for you this fine morning? You go into the inn. Have a nice rest. Ha ha ha. And there will be this little crystal bell. You can tell it's the Aesthetician's bell because it has the classic barber's swirl, right? You open up the crystal bell and it'll say summon the Aesthetician. Open that up, and I think actually it may not let me. Oh, I guess it is. As once did this very realm, from the darkest depths of unseemly ugliness shall you rise anew. Prepare yourself. While customizing your appearance, you will be unable to communicate with players and engage in other activities. Beginning the customization process will automatically cancel your Duty Finder registration. Ooh, that I don't want to do. Maybe I can show the Aesthetician menu in a little bit, but for now I'm still waiting for this party for the Striking Tree Hard, so I don't want to end that, so I'll leave that for now. Let's see. Okay, so those are the main features that I highly recommend people unlock at the very least when they're playing the game. That way you can change the way you look by doing your glamours from the person near the Waking Sands. You can change your outfits, and then unlocking the Aesthetician, which allows you to change your hair, some, makeup and things like that. Those are all important. Let's see, so in the meantime, what I can do now, okay, we have 2 DPS, but still no tank and no healer. I guess what I can do is I can go and just start unlocking a bunch of these blue quests. So anytime you open up a map, you're probably going to find a whole bunch of blue quests just lying around, especially if you're in one of the main cities. And by just scrolling over them, you have an idea of what they might unlock. So for this one, you want to be a Marauder. This, if I were to go through this quest line, would enable me to do the Marauder class, or unlock the Marauder's class, which eventually builds into the Warrior job, right? So that's one thing I can do. This one over here, you want to be a Culinarian. Culinarian is a non-combat job, so it's all about crafting and gathering and things of that sort. The Culinarian obviously would be cooking. You can craft your own recipes in this game and things of that sort. So if I want to unlock cooking, I would do this quest line. And each of these quest lines also have their own story built in. So similar to how I had to deal with, you know, the Archers Guild with Silver and Lay and what was her name? Lucienne. A similar thing would have to be done with the characters at the Marauders Guild, essentially. And then also the similar thing had to be done with the characters in the Culinarians Guild as you progress through and gain levels in that, and you have to do these certain milestone quests. So it's pretty interesting. Rising to the challenge? I'm not exactly sure what this is. Maybe I should go pick that up. Level 15. Want to be an armor? Yeah, you can craft your own armor. This one, highway robbery, and they came from the deep. These ones may actually be dungeons because they're level 41 and 44. Let's see. Well, since I have time, let's go ahead and try this level 15 Rising to the Challenge. Let's see what that is. It was one of them. Rising to the Challenge. It was pleased with the carelessness of the wench's customers. Actually, I'm gonna forego that. There was one other thing. I forgot what I wanted to do. Let's see. Duty Finder. I'm waiting for Duty Finder. If this takes more than 20 minutes, I may go end up doing something else. Let's see. Oh, I could go around and do my hunting log. That's one thing that's very simple and doesn't require me to potentially get sucked into a quest. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Okay. Here's another big thing that's very Final Fantasy-esque, is doing this Adventurer Plate. So, Adventurer Plates allow you to share your character information on a profile of your own design. Other Adventurer's Plates can be viewed by accessing subcommands via targeting a character or right-clicking their name in the friends list. Your Adventurer Plate cannot be viewed by other players because you have not created it. Make your plate public by updating this appearance or setting. So, what we can do really quick, let's update the portrait. Let's change me just a little bit, right about there. Let's say, ooh, and I'll look at the, I just don't like that. That's fine, whatever. We'll save it. There you go. Now I have an Adventurer's Plate. So Adventurer's Plates are really cool. They're the things that you see when you first go into a trial or a duty, and you have the Adventurer Plates of all the other players in your party appear on the left side of the screen. So let's go take a little stroll and look at some Adventurer's Plates of the people here in Limsa. Just find any random player. Let's do this Kaede Akamatsu. Go into the menu. Oh, she's gonna leave. Never mind. Let's do someone else. Here you go. Nous Atalis. Go here and then view Adventurer Plate. Oh, they haven't made one yet. Yikes. Okay, how about you? There we go. So this guy, Will Kujira, has made an Adventurer's Plate. Ooh, this is quite fancy. It has a picture that they've designated, that they've taken on the right side there, and then some information of the things that they are or what they want to display on the left side. So he's a flame captain, so he's part of the Immortal Flames. He's a sage for level 90. His guild or his free company is Lunaris Invicta, and then he says when he usually plays, and then his preferred game thing. So Island Sanctuary is like player housing, one of the player housing opportunities here in Final Fantasy. And find someone else. How about this person? This person ought to have a really interesting plate. And get to them. There you go. Ooh, there we go. Sugar and spice. That's pretty good. Yeah. So similar. They have a picture on the right side, and then all of those things. PvP performance mode. So they like to do. Oh, they're one of those people who like to do those giant band performances and things like that. That's really cool. Glamour. They, of course, are into changing their outfits, player chat, raids, and fishing. Wow, okay, this person's quite a variety of things they're into. Okay, so for us, let's go into Adventure Plate, and let's make one. First thing, let's change the plate design. You can still go from basic. They have some presets that you can choose from. So let's just move through these. Modern, stylized, Interesting. Ooh. Limsa flavored, Gridania flavored, Olda flavored, Frontier, Adventure, Circular Geometry, Cafe. Ooh, you know what? I like the cafe one. That's kind of cute. We can also go into the advanced settings somewhere. There we go. And change these specifically. Coffee break. Oh, I see. I like the coffee break one. Ooh. Someone's laughing over there. Ooh, diagonal slice looks nice. Let's see. Which one catches? Ooh, cafe also? I think I want something a little more simple. Where's that diagonal slice? There we go. Backing? Oh, okay. None, shadow, light, dots. What fits the cafe aesthetic here? Someone keeps laughing. All these papers is probably not a good idea. Maybe we'll just go shadow. Top border. Ooh, okay, this kind of highlights her name. I kind of don't like the border. Bottom border? Ooh, maybe. Give it a little hint of color. Okay. Maybe just that nice black gradient. Very simple. Portrait frame. Ooh, okay, yeah, we'll do a frame. Okay, little tags. Okay, notes, scrapbook, none. Welcome back? Yeah. Maybe just simple. Ooh. Black makes it pop a bit. Of course, you can customize this to whatever your liking is. Right now, I'm just messing around because I'm waiting in the queue, which is taking just way too long, which is unfortunate. Oh, yeah, I want the cafe one. Ooh, I can even invert, go like this. Ooh. No, I want to be able to see that. There we go. And save it. There we go. So now I have my portrait. I can also, or I have my adventure portrait, yeah. But then you can now change the picture itself. So, oh yes, perfect. Okay, perfect. That's the perfect timing. Let's get out of here. Let's do this. Apologize for the wait. The striking. Jeez, yeah. Ramu is super cool. Oh, they're giving me hints in the chat. I actually don't remember this fight, but... Ah! Okay, we're going for it. Obviously, that thing that came around me, I don't want to hit other people with it. There we go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no, thunderstorm! I'm stuck! Okay, so far so good. Alright, I see some ads. Definitely gonna go on the ads. Dodge those. Dodge that. I'm missing one of my dots. Am I dumb? There's no one else killing the ads? We don't have to worry about the ads? Guess we don't have to worry about the ads. I don't want. Nope, everyone's killing the ads. Goes and stop full. Thanks. Oh. No! Woo, that was close. Yes, there we go. I'll pick up some of these. Oh no! Almost died there.
This battle shall decide thy fate. Canst thou weather mine something?
So you have to go away? Oh, you have to pick up one of those things? Okay, so anytime you're tethered, you pick up one of those little balls on the ground, apparently. That I can do.
Thy judgment is nigh. To mine Arbitus.
Oops. Get one of these things. Get away. There we go. Okay, I picked the stuff, which I'm supposed to do. That was a close one. Almost died there. They're still attacking this guy? Yes, they are. Almost there, almost there. I don't remember this guy taking this long. Almost there. Got him. Woo. Easy trial. Wasn't even scared. Wrecked them. You make sure you have player accommodation to this one's the other one with a cool thing. There you go. Off we go.
I have taken thy measure, bringer of light. And I judge thee a worthy champion. The task of excising the sin that hath taken root in man's heart is thine. Shrink not from employing thy strength in service to the forest and the wider realm beyond. Like hungering shadows do the enemies of harmony gather, and meekness will but feed them. If man is to be delivered from the dark, it shall be by thy guiding light alone. Stray not from the path, for if thou dost, thy people shall be truly lost.
Thou hast slain the Lord of Levin, a regrettable act. but a necessary one. In witnessing thy struggle, a truth hath been revealed unto me. If I mistake not, it may yet prove a chink in the eternal armor of the Ascians. But let us conclude our present business. I shall expound upon my findings at the Rising Stones anon.
Too easy, mate. Oh, gee, don't hurry. Okay. Oh, let's head back to Hawthorne Hut. Turn in this here quest. I'm severely undergeared. Keep getting wrecked by everyone else. To be expected, because I'm a newbie. And everyone else is probably doing level sync in order to do these trials and everything, but it sucks.
Private Cable, you have returned. Dare I ask how Ramu received your visit? He challenged you to a test of arms. It is well then that you have some experience in such matters. The peoples of both Gridania and Little Solace will be relieved to hear that the Lord of Levin has accepted you as the Forest Champion of Peace. You performed a monumental duty this day, Private Cable. The Elder Seedseer must be informed of your deeds at once.
Let's do it. What little gods are made of?
The Elder Seedseer will wish to hear of your experiences firsthand. Pray return to Gridania and make directly for the Lotus Stand. The Conjurer at Nafika's altar will be expecting you. Fare you well, Private Cable.
To Gridania. Excuse me. Conjurer's Stand.
Welcome back, Honored Scion. We who knew of your mission have been most anxious to see you return. The Elder Seedseer awaits you within.
My friends, thanks for quote-unquote helping me.
You are returned to us, dear friend, and none the worse for bearing the heavy burden which I did press upon you. Most glad am I of this. I am informed that your efforts to negotiate a peace with Lord Ramu ended in conflict. Pray tell me, what befell? Ramu made trial of you? I fear there is truth to his claim. It is the darkness within us that attracts the darkness without. It cannot be denied that misfortune follows man. For evidence, one need only look to the conflict brewing in Cartano, or to the rising flood of refugees. Our shared struggle against the Empire should have served to seal our union. Yet the ties which bind the Alliance strain under the weight of gross self-interest. As the scars of the calamity begin to fade, so too does our sense of common purpose. Yet now is scarce the time to forget our shared responsibility. If this new-sprung realm is to survive beyond its infancy, it must needs be nurtured by all. Eorzea must be as one, yet I fear that dream is still far off. On behalf of the people of Gridania and the elementals both, I thank you for all that you and your fellow scions have done. Full oft have I been compelled to look to you for aid of late, and offered all too little in return. As leader of this nation, I shall endeavor to prove a more worthy ally to your cause henceforth.
I sure would hope so.
Lord Ramuh has departed, yet the keening of this ill wind grows no less insistent. Voices of the forest, pray speak and I shall listen. What unseen evil begets this unease in my heart?
Scary stuff. Papa Limo. Thus ends another daunting mission, eh, Furious? I'd hope Lord Ramuh could be persuaded with words alone, but nonetheless, I can only admire the adroitness with which you responded to the Primal's sudden challenge. And it seems that Eorzea too was pleased with the outcome. What say you, Furious? Shall we gather back at the Rising Stones and ponder the lessons of this day? Yes, let's do that. Ah. There we go. Let us see what we must see. I wonder what Eorzea learned. I don't remember any of this. Probably took some crazy readings. Oh, let's see. Taru and Flemin. Okay. Igiri and Koharu. Yozen is with Hori Boulder this time. Nice, nice, nice. What next, Minfilia? Welcome back, Furious. Word of your momentous encounter with Lord Ramuh precedes you. I would fain share news of mine own, but Eorzea's discoveries must take precedence. Upon witnessing your defeat of the Lord of Levin, our learned companion was struck with a profound insight regarding the nature of the Ascian's immortality. Let us assemble and discuss his observations together.
If everyone is ready, let us begin. Eorzea, the floor is yours.
As all here assembled now know, in its final hours as our Order's headquarters, the waking sands did play host to a most unexpected visitor. I speak of the Ascian clad in white, Elidibus. Unwelcome though his presence was, his words that day did serve to confirm a truth long suspected, that the Ascians are eternal beings, to whom physical destruction is as a temporary inconvenience.
In the intervening time, Eorzea and I have striven to discover a means by which the Ascians might more permanently be slain.
And 'tis my belief that we have found the thread that will allow us to unravel the twisted skein of their existence. In the moments prior to Leviathan's most recent manifestation, the Sahagin elder who summoned him was observed to undergo some manner of ascension. The etheric readings taken by Y'ashtola at the time of this transfiguration have proven most enlightening.
The disruption to the flow of ether was sudden and dramatic. So tangible was the agitation, I scarce had need of my goggles.
The significance of Y'ashtola's readings might better be understood in the context of mine own, taken at the instant of the Lord of Levin's demise. Unlike the Primal, the Sahagin was not subject to etheric dissipation.
Before discussing our new discoveries, it may benefit us all to recall what we know of etheric behavior. Let us begin at what some might call the end. When we who dwell in the material realm die, our spirits dissolve into the flow of ether and are returned to the ethereal realm. In turn, The restless energy which suffuses that plane streams back into our world, giving rise to new life.
'Tis as the heavens did decree, the way of all mortal souls. Twixt this world and the next do the ethereal currents swirl, bearing the very essence of life. Thus doth the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth continue unabated.
Primals behave somewhat differently. In order to manifest and then maintain a physical presence in this realm, they must consume vast quantities of ether, most often in the form of crystals. Though they may seem to live, their flesh is but ether given shape. Thus, a defeated primal leaves behind no broken corpse. Rather, the essence of its form seeps back into the land whence it came, and the energy of its shattered spirit is called back to the ethereal realm.
And there it waiteth, till next the prayers of the faithful do draw it forth from the sea of ether, to take their offering of crystals and make for itself a new body.
Okay.
Which brings us on to the third group, the so-called immortals. They exist in a manner all their own.
Quite. Even as the Sahagin Elder fell to the Admiral's musket shot, I witnessed the release of an ethereal cloud, which immediately took possession of a nearby minion.
A soul that dissipateth not upon the death of the flesh.
The secret of life everlasting, and in the claws of a Sahagin no less. But I wonder, what would happen to one of these obstinate spirits should there be no suitable host for it to claim?
If mortal death entails a return to the ethereal realm, it seems doubtful that the soul of an immortal would venture there.
Nay, it merely withdraweth the distance, unto the shore of the ethereal sea, perchance, but no further.
Yes, it exists in neither this realm nor the next, abiding instead in the space that lies between them. The Ascians took control of Thancred by means of a crystal of darkness, an artifact which, if our theories are correct, serves as a gateway to the place I have just described.
I was hoping people had forgotten about that.
I am sorry, my friend.
For a mercy, the weary road of our research hath brought us unto an answer.
The Sahagin ascended to an immortal state, but he did not possess a crystal of darkness through which to flee this realm. Thus was he consumed by Leviathan. If we could entrap the spirits of defeated Ascians in like manner, and thereby deny them resurrection...
Therein lieth the path to victory. Thou art most perceptive, my lady. Only when we have trapped the bodiless soul within an ethereal prison can we hope to defeat its unnatural constancy. Thus might even an eternal paragon be consigned to oblivion.
These feats are, of course, far easier said than done. At present, we lack a viable means to entrap and extinguish an Ascian soul. Yet, I believe it to be possible. The pieces of the puzzle lie before us. We have but to put them together.
I will depart at once to convene with the sages of Sharlayan. Together shall we divine the steps by which our goals may be achieved.
I have the utmost faith in you, Archon.
Beg pardon, antecedent, but I would raise one final matter. Even now, a Sharlayan survey party seeketh to ascertain the fate of the students of Baldessian. Their findings shall soon be known to us. Though you harbor feelings of dread, I bid you surrender not to sorrow, but abide instead in hopeful prayer.
I shall, Archon. Thank you.
That was really neat.
The Lord of Levin is returned to the Ether, as was Leviathan before him. Ramuh's acquiescence was most intriguing. Inferno, Vortex, Crag, Whirl, and Levin all have now been humbled by the bringer of light. The limitless potential of man, Heidel's servant, grows mightier by the day. Yet he prospers at great cost to his mistress, whose strength is all too finite. 7 times have the masses survived the rejoining, but their souls are grown weak and wan. Yet even as it enervates, the ardor empowers our master. All that remains is to nurture the strength of the gifted, to forge the final key. And that is the task to which we bend our every effort. La Brea. Divine seeds were ever wont to quicken in Eorzea's fertile soil. We need only lead men to the field, and by their eager hands shall a new deity rise. That which was shattered shall be made anew, and the one true God shall come again.
Interesting. Yeah, no, that was a really cool just like lesson on how all this works. I love that everything that happens in this game has like an explanation. They go into the science behind it, which I think is really, really neat and just helps once more with the immersion. Guardian of Eorzea. Now, the matter of Amu has, for the present, been put to rest. There was something I would show you, Furious. It is a letter of thanks, signed by the leaders of the Eorzean Alliance, acknowledging the Scion's tireless service to the realm. It mentions, in particular, the names of all the defeated primals, Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, Good King Mogomog XII, Leviathan, and now Ramuh. Needless to say, there is only one among our number who have faced them all. And though these words of gratitude were addressed to our order as a whole, I feel that they were meant for you above all others. I too must offer my heartfelt thanks for all that you have done. In the course of your duties, you have never once failed to answer my call to arms. You are a true hero, Furious, and Eorzea is that much for the safer for your presence. Pray do not misunderstand me. I say safer, not safe. I know only too well that we can ill afford to lower our guard. The Astians may be relied upon to sow chaos in this realm until such time as they are forced to stop. Why, even without their encouragement, you may be assured that man would foment strife on his own, and that is to say nothing of the beast tribes. Unless we learn to live in harmony, the primals too will return to plague us again and again and again. And yet, despite all of this, your deeds serve to inspire the people, to give them hope for a better tomorrow, and there is no greater gift. That we have the courage to strive for what might otherwise seem an impossible peace. We owe in no smart part to the dangers you have faced on our behalf, and the people you have won over to our cause in doing so. Our list of enemies has ever been long, but think of the allies with whom we are now blessed. Of the sylphs of Little Solace, who wish naught of conflict. Of the Alamegans and the Domans who stand with us, determined to halt the dread march of the Empire. And then there are the many unsung individuals who have gathered here in Revenant's Toll, honest men and women who seek to employ their skills for the good of all. Of course, when speaking of our greatest allies, we must not forget those closest to us, by which I mean our fellow scions. Thanks to their many and varied talents, our order is uniquely equipped to combat the far-reaching corruption of the Ascians, and combat it we shall. Your enthusiasm is truly heartwarming, Antecedent. Given our embarrassing wealth of allies, I trust it will not inconvenience you unduly if I absent myself for a time. Who is this? Ah, Alfino. Alfino Levilure. Alfino, I take it the troubles of Ul'dah no longer require your attention? There are yet some rumblings of discontent, but the air of simmering violence is largely dissipated. 'Tis to report such that I stand before you now. That, and to speak with you concerning the new organization we discussed. Ah, I have a message for you from Ele... You recall the refugee girl, the one whose parents were missing. They were found unharmed. She wished me to pass on her thanks to you. Oh yeah, I forgot I left him to do that. Why, Alfino, am I to understand that you made the effort to remember the poor girl's name? I look forward to reading all about her in your report. I do hope you left nothing out. Got him. Furious, you have been away from Revenant's Toll for some time now, I believe. Might I suggest that you put the affairs of the realm to one side for the moment and take this opportunity to reacquaint yourself with the town. Which reminds me, one of the Doman children recently inquired as to your whereabouts. Yozin was his name. I believe he has some small matter he wishes to share with you. Why not oblige him with a visit? Huh, okay. Been a while since I talked to him. I remember Yozin, the little boy who wants to be a hero.
But for what purpose? Is he trying to steal my power? I won't let him know. Not at all.
Where you at, Yozin? Hey, you're not on the crates anymore. That's okay. Uh-oh. Bunch of kids. They're gonna start the Scions of the 8th Dawn. Look, it's Master Furious. He's back from his adventures. We heard you're off fighting primals, and that they're some of the strongest enemies you could ever face. I wish I could have seen you in battle. Anyway, we all want to be heroes too, so we finally formed our very own Doman Adventurers Guild to protect all the Domans. Oh, do you think you could train us today, Master Furious? Maybe you could show us how you fought the primals. What's all this commotion then? Who's this? Oh, these two guys, okay. Mr. Boulder and Mr. Coltonet, did you know that Master Furious is back? Mr. Furious, I keep calling him Master. Let's see.
Hoary Boulder. So it would seem. Welcome home, Furious. My companion and I but recently became full members of the Scions, and I believe proper introductions have yet to be made. I am known as Hoary Boulder, and this bookish fellow is Coltonet. Though we remain largely unproven as adventurers, we have taken it upon ourselves to instruct the Doman younglings in the arts of combat.
I told you, Mr. Boulder, we are not younglings anymore. We are adventurers. And we were just asking Mr. Furious if he can give us some special training. I think we're ready to hunt monsters alongside him, don't you?
Well, you've certainly been diligent with your drills, but I'm afraid the fiends of Mordona are still ever so slightly too dangerous for you. I have a counter-proposal. What if I were to cross swords to Furious? A demonstration of skill at arms, if you will.
Hoary, if I didn't know you better, and I do, I say you were merely seeking to test yourself against a legend.
Well, mayhap I am. But what matters the motive? But what matters the motive when the children stand to learn so much from the lesson? What say you, Furious? Would you consent to spar with me?
I'll put this guy in the dirt. We'll do it. Hurrah! We're gonna have a tournament. Come on, everyone. We must prepare our gear for an outing. Do try not to disappoint them,
Have faith, Coltonet. I shall summon every last ounce of my strength to make of this worthy contest. The fields to the east of town should prove suitable for our purpose. I very much look forward to our bout.
Okay, hopefully he's not as difficult as that Ritatan guy. That was embarrassing. Sure, let's go have a spar. Don't mind if I do.
Let's see. Hoary boulder, way down here. Where's he at? Ah, there you are. My friend, Hoary boulder. It's an event. Alright. 'Twas good of you to agree to this, Furious. I trust you are ready to begin. Bring it on. Very well. Let us not keep the younglings waiting any longer.
Ahem. Hoary, are you certain you wish to fight him alone? That is Furious you face.
What better way to test my mettle? Pray, allow me to attempt the first round unaided. After all, 'twas this hero's legend that led me to join the Scions to begin with. Without Furious to inspire my efforts, I would not be half the warrior I am today.
Your point is well made. But remember, this is for the children's sake as well as your own. Should it appear the contest will end too swiftly, I shall add my spells to your blade work. Hello? Have you begun? You haven't begun yet, have you? Oh jeez, who is this? Oh, it's Ida. Oh no.
Ida, what are all these people?
When I heard about your sparring match, I told everyone I could find, though thought you could use a crowd to cheer you on.
Yes, and there are still more to come. When I mentioned Furious's name, the reaction was quite enthusiastic. Why, my own popularity seems but a sickly shade in comparison. You'd best claim victory, Bringer of Light. Your burgeoning reputation is at stake.
Well, our teacher won't be beaten so easily. He's a master swordsman. You can win, Mr. Boulder.
You're right. We shall soon see. On your guard. I'll put this guy in the friggin' dirt, dude. Oop. Win this sparring match. Day and night I've honed my skills. Now comes the time to test them. Oh, his health's going down real quick. What? Oh. Oh, such power. The tails barely do you justice.
Mr. Boulder won't lose, will he? Come on, let me attack him. My cooldowns. It's not over yet. It can't be. Aye, the children have the right of it. 'Tis time I joined the fray. On your feet, Hoary.
Alright, take out the mage first, obviously. Coltonet the Cultured and just regular Hoary Boulder, okay.
I must admit defeat. 'Twas an honor and a privilege.
Ugh.
Oh no, he looks hurt.
Yeah, what's up, Hoary Boulder?
Mr. Furious is so strong, but you can't give up, Mr. Boulder.
Can't disappoint the younglings. Never have I faced such strength, but the lesson must continue. 'Tis your example I follow. Surrender not to the implacable foe.
Ooh, he's got an immune. Okay.
Oh, he used Hollow Guard, I see. He tried, Hoary Boulder. Way to use your abilities to the max, at least. That was fun. You have bested me. I yield.
That was incredible! You beat them both at the same time! We knew you couldn't lose, Furious. None can defeat the Guardian of Eorzea. Now I see why they send you to deal with the primals. I have much work to do if I'm ever to attempt the same.
That's right. Praise me. Oh, bye, friends.
Impressive as always, Furious. 'Tis ever a pleasure to witness the spectacle of your martial prowess. And judging by the smiles on these many faces, they too appreciate the hard-won strength that keeps the perils of the realm at bay. Guardian of Eorzea. Yes, that is a most fitting title. Do you recall when we first met? 'Twas at the memorial service for the Battle of Carteneau. Wrong. It wasn't. At the time, I was yet attempting to understand this land of Eorzea. I sought to grasp the reason why grandfather willingly sacrificed himself to protect it. I shall speak plainly. My initial impressions were less than favorable. Dire problems abounded, and yet the effort I saw expended towards their solution was haphazard and half-hearted. I thought Eorzeans a foolish and childish people. Considering the shambles their home was in, I would not have been surprised if some had chosen to swear allegiance to Gaius and the order he proposed to enforce. The Legatus' single-minded military invasion precluded any such switching of loyalties, of course. Were it not for the desire to continue grandfather's legacy, I would have abandoned the realm to its fate long ago. The threats were too many, the nations too self-involved and unstable. 'Twas you who convinced me the salvation of Eorzea was possible. 'Twas you who taught me, through countless acts of bravery, that what my grandsire sought to preserve was not the land, nor its history, nor any single nation. It was the people. These wonderful, oft infuriating, stubborn people that suffer blow after terrible blow only to drag themselves back to their feet to face another day. Though he never put such feelings into words, I believe grandfather's admiration of this inextinguishable courage grew into a fervent wish. A wish to aid Eorzea and its inhabitants in charting a course for the future. A wish that has now become mine own. I too will endeavor to take up the mantle of the guardian of Eorzea and champion these people who toil towards a better world. Our cause, however, is not a simple one. The troubles that plague us are of a scale that cannot be solved by the scions of the Seventh Dawn alone. No, what is needed to tackle the root of the primal threat and effectively counter the schemes of the Ascians is a new, expanded organization that operates beyond the limitations of nations and borders. If you would aid me in building such an organization, then pray, let us continue this discussion back within the walls of the Rising Stones. Seems a bit ambitious there, Alphino, don't you say? And still, once more, these little quests that seem so unnecessary, so insignificant, like why am I doing these little bouts with some random characters that don't mean anything? Like, it all culminates into just a broader, more immersive experience. And honestly, it's like these things that set this game apart. It's not just like goal after goal after goal after goal. You're building something, a relationship with these characters, a relationship with the world itself. Now we know, Hoary Boulder and Coltonet. They're two of the new Scions of the Seventh Dawn, just recently joined. And then they're training the little Doman kids that want to be heroes. That's super neat. Thank you for coming, Furious. The world shifts and alters, and we, my friend, must ever be one step ahead of the chaos. What I propose is the formation of a new organization, a group that shall pave the way for a truly united Eorzea. Hey, materia. I'm never going to use these, but sure. Recruiting the Realm. Pray, forgive me if I tread over old ground, but I would first speak of the grand plan. Since the advent of the 7th Astral Era, the leaders of the three nations have been deliberating over an accord that seeks to bring the disparate forces of Eorzea together into a single entity. A realm-wide grand company, if you will. The military might of such an institution will be drawn from every corner of the land and directed against threats that no single nation could hope to overcome alone. Yet while the purpose of this hypothetical organization is undisputed, the logistics of its formation have become the source of endless debate. And the longer these discussions continue, the more I sense the impetus towards unification draining away. Thus have I been campaigning for the creation of what might be considered a trial company. It would be on a much smaller scale than what we hope to eventually achieve, but capable of the same manner of unrestricted operation accorded to the Scions. 'Tis my hope that the successful utilization of such a force will lend momentum to the lagging deliberations. Also, being a primarily military outfit, I mean to assuage fears of its misuse by placing the fledgling organization under the authority of the antecedent. The Scions work tirelessly to protect Eorzea and its people. But as you yourself have witnessed with the refugee revolt, there are limitations to what even we can achieve. With this new company under the Scion's command, however, we will be capable of responding to wider range of difficulties without straining our resources or overtaxing our formidable talents. The goals of my proposed organization and those of the Scions are ultimately identical, a point conceded by all concerns. But before I can move forward with establishing this precursor to the true border-spanning Grand Company, 'tis yet necessary that I visit the 3 leaders and gain their official approval. A tiresome and time-consuming task, which is why I would ask that you accompany me on the journey and attend to the business of recruiting our inaugural members while I am otherwise engaged with bureaucratic formalities. Okay. Thank you. 'Tis reassuring indeed to know that the Bringer of Light and his discerning eye will be selecting our future allies. Our first destination will be Limsa. Let us rendezvous at Bulwark Hall. If you say so. So we're building an army for the Scions, essentially. That will be interesting. I mean, it'll definitely help me, I guess, but like... these people won't be able to fight primals because they don't have the echo. Or just like... do our bidding? Interesting. Alright, Alphino. What do? Ah, there you are. I am ready to ascend to the bridge and speak with Admiral Blosophin. While the Admiral and I are finalizing promissory boundaries and signing parchments, I would have you begin the recruitment process in earnest. I have, of course, endeavored to spread the word of our organization through various channels, but I believe a personal approach will reach many who may otherwise remain ignorant of the opportunity. As for potential members, 'tis of no matter should they already be pledged to another institution, only that they are willing to lend their strength when the situation demands it. And you needn't range into the countryside. The upper decks alone are populated with sufficient candidates to suit our purpose. Once you are satisfied with your recruiting efforts, meet me at the airship ticket counter that we might prepare for the next leg of our journey. Okay. Let's go talk to people in upper decks. Scout for potential recruits on the upper decks. 0 out of 5. Okay. Recruiting people to our army. Let's see, there's people... let's start way up here. Yes, okay. Oop, nope. Yeah, that's fine. Reigning in Limsa, huh? This may be what we would call a pathetic fallacy. It bodes not well. Who is this? Carvalin. An organization with the freedom to operate with territorial impunity. I must say, your proposal intrigues me. But the Krakens well know that there is a time to act and a time to watch. I'm afraid this trial company of yours falls into the latter category. Okay, that was a failure. At least we tried. To the Marauders Guild, eh? Who are we trying to recruit? Rainer. Master Alphino's new organization? Yes, I had heard the formation of his trial company was in the offing. 'Tis with regret, however, that I must decline your invitation. As commander of the Yellow Jackets, the protection of Limsa must needs receive my full attention. That makes sense. A busy dude. That was another failure. But there are others. Fear not. Ooh, okay. Wait, no. Oh, that's what I can do. Next time I'm stuck in a queue, I can do the event. Hopefully it's on for much longer. Who are these people? These players? No. Have a problem with that? Roswin. Eh? Who in the bloody hells do you think you're talking to, Drylander? I'm a pirate, not some sort of knight in shining plate. If you're looking for a self-righteous fop, try knocking on that dandy Carvalane's door. I tried already, he said no. Oh god, they're all over there? Killing me. Look at these decorations, though. They're so cute. So kawaii. Dun dun dun. Nice. Hey, I talked to this person before. A precursor to a united Eorzean Grand Company. While I do admire the scope of your ambition, my responsibilities here at Naldic and Vimelis keep me close to the forge. I have not the time to be traipsing hither and yon across the realm. Should you require my skills as an armorer, however, I might be willing to accept some special commissions. Makes sense. One more. All the way over there, though, of course. Oh, got the heckin' hiccups. This person will say yes, whomever they may be. All the way in the corner here at the anchor yard. Make me walk all this way, they better say yes. It's real! Hey, I know real. Well, if it isn't furious, I'd not forget a venturer brave enough or daft enough to seek the shortcut into Titan's bedchamber. You remember old Rio, don't you? Formerly of the Company of Heroes, 3 whistles at Bronze Lake. Aye, it ain't often I drag my arse out to Limsa for a drink, but I'm right glad I did. How fare you these days? You're looking to put together a new crew. Top tier work. Sounds like a right lark it does. Alrighty lad, count me in. The heroes might have gone their separate ways, but I ain't ready to climb into my grave just yet. Got him! Nice! I'll take real. Cool. Okay, let's, rather than run all the way back, oops. I'm gonna go, just teleport to Limsa, and then use the Ethernet to go to the airship landing. Alright, Alfino, let's do this. Where you at? Here you are. Furious, the recruiting went well, I trust. I'm curious as how my proposal was received by the rough and ready folk of Limsa Lominsa. Ah, a member of the legendary Company of Heroes indicated his interest. Astonishing. I knew enlisting your aid was the right choice. Few could boast the acquaintance of such an elusive character. I too was successful in my task. The Admiral consented to sign all the documents requiring her approval. I can only hope that my visit with the Elder Seedseer proceeds as smoothly. Pray, continue on to Gridania at your own pace. I shall await your arrival at Nafika's altar. Easy peasy. And thank goodness, because that means I can teleport. Using up all my gil for these teleportations, man. Come on now. Someone better be paying me. To Nafika's altar, at the Conjurer's Guild. Oh, there you are. Yes. My audience with the Elder Seedseer is due to commence momentarily. I would be grateful if you would once more see to the task of recruitment here in Gridania. After you deem the well of potential candidates has run dry, let us rendezvous with the airship ticket counters before. Okay. Where are these people? 4 only here. Okay. Theater, and then way up there. So let's go to the theater and then the Lancers Guild. Theater. Aha, this is where you start the quest, I think, so. Anon. Yeah, Estain, it looks like, okay. Hey, Laurentius! This guy! Wait a minute, Laurentius! That one dude! Oh gods, can it truly be you? By what fickle fortune must the first face I see upon my release be yours? Eh? Could it be that you don't remember me? It is I, Laurentius, the man whose crimes you exposed. I was a whaler, and a regular patron at Buscarons. Yes, I remember. Well, of course you do. I was beginning to wonder if Gaul had changed me more than I realized. Now, not that I have any particular wish to be recognized after my shameful conduct. The less said of my past, the better, I suppose. And what of you, adventurer? What business brings you to this part of Gridania? Recruiting, eh? What is your policy on reformed convicts? As matter stands, the Wood Whalers would have not more to do with me. This may be the second chance I was looking for. Revenant's toll, you say? I shall leave at once. You shall not regret this, I promise you. I am a changed man. I don't know, man. I mean, I got someone, but Laurentius of all people? Like, that was a whole ordeal having to deal with his shenanigans. Actually, I should just walk. Am I okay? You know? Alright. I'm actually impressed. I immediately remembered him. I'm glad they had that little prompt of like, do you remember me? I don't remember you. Who? Usually I'd play the clown and be like, who? But I legitimately did remember him, so. Gotta be dice, you know. Who's over here? Alianne. Do I know this person? Grandfather, you must call it a day. Let us return to the guild and rest ere your tormented back gives up on you for good. I'm terribly sorry. We were just... Oh, furious, isn't it? It has been some time since our paths crossed outside of the Copperbell Mines. Really? Why, you were barely more than a novice adventurer then. But look how far you've come. Mother Mion tells me 'twas you who felled the fearsome Black Wolf. And now you seek stout-hearted souls to fill the ranks of a new order? But your cause is undoubtedly just, and my old companions here would be much relieved to see me in good hands. Yes, I'll do it. This is the very thing I've spent my entire adventuring career working towards. I shall join your company just as soon as I've seen Isildur safely home. I don't remember this girl though. Copperbell Mines? Not ringing a bell. The name kind of sounds familiar, but I don't remember. Wait, is this the guy in the suit? What? Alright, see if he's down.
You would offer this old man a place in your company of champions. I am both puzzled and honored by your invitation. Pray forgive me, young master, but I cannot accept. I have sworn to abide here for whatever scant years remain in me, and bear responsibility for the evils my lady has wrought upon this land.
That makes sense. I was like, what the heck is that guy gonna do? Oh, that's why I wanted to do Lancer's Guild. Then I could immediately go to this person, whoever they may be. Is it the person that gave me the Earth Aspected Stone? No. Siangoled. I don't think I know this person. 'Tis not often a guild officer such as myself gets recruited, and this company of yours certainly sounds to have some promise, but its duties appear less than focused. I must refuse your invitation until such time as your organization is more, well, organized. That makes sense. But hey, I picked up two. One of them being Laurentius, though. That's, I mean, it is what it is, I guess. What news, Furious? For my part, the Elder Seedseer was most amenable to our requirements. A former wood whaler and a seasoned adventurer. Our company will not lack for variety, that much is certain. An interesting harvest indeed. Shall we strike into Ul'dah whilst the iron is hot? Let us meet at the Royal Promenade and endeavor to conclude our remaining business. Our journey draws to a close. Okay, let's see who we find in Ul'dah. Let's see if I can, what if we try and recruit Raubon? What if he's sick of, Nanamo's stuff, you know? I'm sick of being your lap boy. The Promenade, eh? Promenade. Chamber. Or, let's see, who else do I know here in Ul'dah? I know quite a few people, don't I? What about, Papashan? Wasn't he someone? Ul'dah, the Gilded City, where one's fortune defines one's worth. I hope some manner of fortune is with us, and that this final leg proves as successful as the previous two. Might I suggest descending to a lower level before beginning your recruitment efforts? I do not think the Sultana will take kindly to us poaching from her personal guard. Let us meet back here at the promenade when our respective tasks are complete. Good hunting, Furious. That makes sense, yeah. Okay. So, let's go down to the Merchant Strip. Okay, wanna go outside? Let's go to Hustings. Or the Sapphire Ruby Exchange. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Bunch of bards. Ready for a performance, looks like. Sapphire, here we go. Okay. What? A merchant? I'm gonna try to recruit a merchant? Am I stupid? A company that looks to cure the ills of the realm. Listen, friend, I can scarce bear the complaints of the next stall over, let alone the conundrums of a neighboring nation. I thought so. Pretty stupid of you, Furious. Come on now. Who is this? Landiberts.
Aye, you'd be surprised when rumors drift down to Pearl Lane. I know of this glorious new company of yours, and just how far I'd go to avoid getting involved with it. Whispers on the street say your organization is funded by corrupt coin, by syndicate money. If you think you're recruiting for a just cause, then you're a bigger fool than I took you for.
Mayhap he has wisdom in his words. What is this? Weaver's Guild? Okay, let's go to Weaver's Guild. Weaver's Guild. Am I gonna try to recruit a guild master right now? Oh my goodness. No. Yellow Moon? So you. I'm sorry, you wish to recruit me? Is this some new fashioned manner of propositioning a lady? Well, I'm afraid you're wasting your time. This lady is already spoken for. Good day to you, sir. Okay, that did not work well. How about this way? Lurking Leech. What a name. Orkin. This looked familiar. Oh, what a happy coincidence. Do you remember me perchance? I am Orson of the Church. Oh yeah! Yeah! I am Orson of the Church of Saint Adama Landama. Thank you again for your timely rescue. And I must also thank you for preventing that fraudulent priest from preying on dry bones less fortunate. A most upsetting business. Are you here with your companion, Thancred, was it? Ah, 'tis new companions you seek then. Your proposed organization sounds a powerful force for good, but my place is at the church with its children. Nevertheless, I wish you well in this undertaking. Dang. She probably would have been nice. Gladiators Guild, okay. Okay, someone from the Gladiators Guild? That's not a bad shout. Let's see. Up here. And this way. Who we got? Wilrid. Okay, this guy sounds familiar. This person? Wait, you're the man who came to Little... Oh yeah, Wilrid! Wait, you're the man who came to Little Alamigo looking for that masked devil. Who knows what might have happened if you hadn't? I'd probably be dead, and a lot more of my friends besides. We were such fools. Any road, that disaster really got to me thinking about our homeland and about the outsider who saved us from ourselves. I realized how easily I'd been manipulated and vowed to make of myself a more worldly man, so here I am. A new company of champions, and you say it will take me to all corners of the realm? That sounds exactly like the type of opportunity I need. And don't worry, I'm not the same stripling you met in Little Alamigo. I prepared myself to fight the evil I now know is out there. Nice, okay, you know what? Him, I approve. I saved his skin, so he's obviously doing a lot better. Okay, meet Alphino up. Meet up with Alphino one more time. Oh, we got a cutscene this time. How fared you, Furious? What hidden gems did the streets of Ul'dah offer up toward your unrelenting gaze? A single Alamigan youth. Well, you've certainly given us an admirable start, even if our ranks are yet somewhat thin. In these troubled years following the calamity, talk of Eorzea's salvation must seem akin to grasping at clouds. But there are those who have risen to the challenge nonetheless, and the hope that inspires these people was born in no small part from the victories you yourself have won. Thank you, Furious. I will not squander the precious gift you have placed into my keeping. These recruits will become the foundation of a new beginning. And yes, we are free to begin. As you have no doubt surmised, the Sultana also graced my trial company with her blessing. Our first wave of recruitment is over, the documents signed, and the finances secure. There is naught to prevent me from taking the next step. Which is... You are concerned by the Syndicate's involvement. As was I. Thus was the origin of every coin of their contribution carefully scrutinized and recorded. This organization will not be built on corruption. Naturally, I would prefer not to rely upon outside sources at all, but even my family's substantial coffers could not sustain a venture of this magnitude. And as for the rumors and doubts surrounding this enterprise, well, such things shall plague us until the company has had a chance to prove its worth. It will not be an easy process, but we will earn people's trust one success at a time. There you go. Speaking of time, We should waste no more of it. Let us return to the Rising Stones and lay the first stone for a united Eorzea. Okay. Grand vision here, Alphino. Let's hope it pays off. Ooh, nice. Cutscene.
Tell me, General, what think you of Alphino's bold endeavor?
I think it is more than bold, Your Grace. His organization would pave the way for a united Eorzea. Well do I understand his impatience, since facing the common threat of the Ultima weapon, our nations have seemed farther apart, not closer together. Considering the many problems we face, should we not be glad that someone else is taking the initiative?
We have all pledged our cooperation, yet the grumbling continues behind closed doors. Ul'dah is not alone in her duplicity. I myself have doubts as to the good this organization will achieve. With the inclusion of the finest soldiers of the 3 grand companies, it promises to be a fearsome military body. But whom will it serve? Even under the watchful gaze of the Scions, it is not unthinkable that such a force could perpetrate a great wrong. Does it not concern you that a significant proportion of its financial backing came from the coffers of the Syndicate? That those unprincipled worms might forge this extraordinary gathering of warriors into a private army?
I have trust in the Scions, Your Grace. They have spared us no end of trouble at the hands of the Primals. If they seek reinforcements, I deem it unwise to deny them. As for their finances, full many gave generously. And though our nobles proffered a sizable sum, their coin did not spill from the pockets of Lolorito and his cronies. And what of the presence of our stalwart adventurer friend in this endeavor? I doubt the Warrior of Light would betray our cause.
Yes, there is that, I suppose. Yet I have known people to change. Whether we will or no, the events of the age hurl us this way and that, like a dust devil skipping across the sands. Cannot be done about Telechi?
I have explored all avenues available to us, Your Grace. But as Ul'dah law now stands, we lack the evidence to convict him of any crime. To arrest him on spurious grounds would only play into his hands.
He has all but committed treason, and yet we can do nothing? Then what good our government? What worth the royal house? How deplorable this mockery of justice!
Have faith, Your Grace. It is not over.
What? Dude, what a performance! Oh my god! That was... Whoa! Well... that almost left me speechless. That was really, really good. Well done, Nanamo. the direction, the voice direction, is just like skyrocketed in terms of quality. Mayhap Nanamo is wise beyond her years, because she sees the holes in this potential plan of Alphinaud's. Alright, Alphinaud. What are we doing? That is not a journey I soon wish to repeat. But I cannot pause to rest. The culmination of all our effort is at hand. I must see to the preparations for the inaugural ceremony. Thank you for allowing me to monopolize your services, Furious. I am certain the antecedent will be relieved to see you free of your duties. Heretical Harassment. Ooh, okay. Greetings, Furious. Alphinaud tells me all is in place to begin his trial company. The Scions shall certainly be grateful to have the support of such an organization. Excuse me. The inaugural ceremony is set to take place here at the Rising Stones. Tataru is cooperating with Alphinaud to see that all is in readiness, so I'm afraid the recruitments themselves have been left to their own devices for the time being. Quite a number of new faces have arrived in Revenant's Toll of late, and I wonder if Slaftborn might not find himself overwhelmed. Would you speak with him and see if there is aught that he requires? Fair enough. I can help my boy Slaftborn. I have a bunch of new people. Surely there's something I can do to help. Hosen with Coltano. Yep. Look at Hori Boulder teaching the kids. Well done. Thancred Ishtola, Eda, and Papalimo having a chat. Some other people. It's always fun to see the liveliness that is the Rising Stones. What's going on with the people of the Scions. Alright, Slashborn. What you got for me?
What can I do for you, Furious? I thought you'd have your hands full helping out with all these new arms of the Scions. Oop. I barely noticed your recruits arrive. It was barely a trickle compared to the flood of treasure hunters we have passed through here every day. While I appreciate your offer for aid, 'tis more your burden that concerns me. I'm told this trial company will answer directly to the antecedent, so I trust that means less work for you in the long run.
Slaftborn, the shipment! We couldn't... No. No.
Gods, woman, what befell?
We were bringing a shipment to Revenant's Toll, provisions earmarked for the frontier effort. But just as we sought to cross over to Mordona, we were set upon by brigands. I believe they may have been heretics. They were many, too many. We only escaped with our lives by abandoning our supplies. Pray forgive us.
There is not to forgive. Provisions can be replaced, but smart soldiers are hard to find. Take your rest and I'll have someone along to tend to those wounds. What to do? If heretics are involved, then this is like to be more than a case of simple thievery. Ishgard will need to be informed. Whence did these supplies originate?
House for Tom. We collected the provisions from Camp Dragonhead proper.
Understood. I shall see that they are apprised of this development. Various, we are not on good terms with the Knights of House Forton. I will be sending them a missive immediately, of course, but I would also have you travel there and offer your considerable talents. Yes, I realize I contradict my earlier hopes to lighten your load, but I need someone who can help bring this incident to a satisfactory conclusion. Our favorable relations with Ishgard are far too important to risk half measures.
Good idea.
Thank you for your understanding. I am certain Lord Horshapan will be glad of your assistance.
Yeah, I get to see Horsefawn again? I'm down, dude. This is an errand I'm glad to perform. Oh, oops. Oops. God dang it. Oh no! Fluffy Burb. I mean, Cringe Corner. Let me summon Cringe Corner again. Horsefon. Well, well, if it isn't my fine friend, Furious Cable. Would you care for a plate of roast kakaru? Or karaku? Some mulled wine? No? Ah, I see you have not come into my hall merely to escape the biting cold. I was, in fact, on the verge of opening an urgent missive from Revenant's Toll, and I suspect the timing of your arrival is no coincidence. Tell me, Horsefant, what happened?
The incident with the new frontier hands? No, you need not elaborate. I have been following their progress with no small amount of interest. Brave men and women all. They do our nation a great service. The existence of a fortified outpost in Mordona will do much to dissuade the Empire from trespassing on Kurthus soil. Right glad am I that you have chosen to lend your support to this endeavor. Never let it be said that House Fortom does not acknowledge the efforts of her allies, or her debts. 'Twas in the spirit of gratitude that I arranged for sundry supplies to be delivered to Revenant's Toll. That the shipment should chance to be waylaid by heretics is poor fortune indeed. Poor fortune, I say, yet not without precedent. If you would know the truth of it, these incorrigible villains grow more organized with each passing day. This new unity of purpose we attribute to their leader, the Lady Iceheart. But though I have devoted significant resources to the task of identifying this woman, we have yet to learn so much as her birth name. What we do know is that the heretics speak of Iceheart in reverent tones, and would gladly embrace death rather than betray her. Such loyalty is rare indeed, and I fear to imagine what so committed a collective might achieve. The brigands have not yet been so brazen as to risk direct confrontation here in Dragonhead. Some few of their number have, however, been sighted not far to the west of here, and with ever-increasing regularity. A visit to Whitebrim Front may bring you the answers you seek. Will you brave the snows, knowing what implacable foes may lie in wait? Hallone's blessings be upon you. Though I take no pride in the admission, many of mine own countrymen are not so well suited as you adventurers to dealing with such foes. Were they dragons, it might be otherwise. But truly, I could not wish for a finer ally. You have done much for my house in the past, and I have no doubt but that I shall have cause to celebrate your deeds again ere long. Should you learn aught of value, pray return to me forthwith. A warm hearth and a warmer welcome shall be waiting for you.
Absolutely, Horsefant. Fear not. Drillamont at right rim front. If I recall, there is no aetherite over there. Yep, there's not. So I will fly! Oh, so much easier to travel in this place when you can fly. What if I just flew into Ishgard, eh? Who's gonna stop me? Drillamont. I remember Drillamont. Signor Drillamont. This thing is so big.
Furious, is there aught you wish you would ask of me? Pray, speak plainly. I am a man of action and need no honeyed words. On the trail of the band of thieving heretics, you say? By the Fury, but you do seem destined to cross paths with those villains. I must confess then, 'tis a sad truth that the wild hereabouts have indeed grown thick with their number. They strike swiftly, without warning, and are canny enough to evade our most able trackers. But 'tis not merely their newfound organization that confounds us. The heretics themselves seem somehow changed. I know not what manner of influence this Iceheart wields, but the men we face seem utterly lost in the grip of righteous fervor. 'Tis an unsettling and unnatural zeal. Mayhaps you would care to question one of their recent victims. As fate would have it, your arrival came moments after a traitor was waylaid on the road. A patrol found the unfortunate fellow lying senseless in the snow, and carried him to our infirmary. Assuming he has regained the use of his faculties, the merchant might recall some small detail that could aid you in your task. I see. Let us do that. It's in the infirmary, eh? With the chirurgeons. I've never heard that word before until playing this game.
I think it's the top or the bottom. Let's see. It's the top. Every time. I always do that. Alright, where are you? My gods, man. You're probably up here. Mistreated merchant, eh? Tell you what happened? Why, yes, of course. I am quite recovered enough for that. Anything to help catch those cowardly blackhearts. I was traveling my usual route to Whiterun Front when a sudden blow sent me reeling. The next thing I knew, I was on the ground, and several heretics were rifling through my cargo. Arms, armor, crystals, they were taking everything. 'Twas then that one of them noticed my bleary gaze and stalked over to better acquaint my head with his mace. Before darkness claimed me, however, I distinctly heard the words, "Return to Snowcloak." I dare say that is where they were hauling my goods, but to not catch me rushing off in pursuit. They tell me 'twas a miracle I survived at all, and I'll not trust my thick skull to save me a second time. Snowcloak, eh? Aha! I see big orange circles. That must be where I need to go. Search the wilds of Snowcloak and defeat any heretics you encounter. Okay, that should be simple enough. Fighting people and defeating them? That's my specialty. Ominous purple circle, eh? Uh-oh, I took down some knights with them. Surrender the crystals. Oh, boy, they want crystals. You know what that means. Trying to summon a friggin' primal. The cold salves my pain. Oop, all the way here. Okay. Gah! Try your weapon! Foul! Wait, I recognize you, adventurer. You were come seeking heretics. Then we share a common purpose. We were on patrol when we chanced to cross one of their raiding parties and pursued them here. By rights, we should have had them cornered in this ravine, and yet they are gone, vanished like icy wraiths. Ooh, cutscene, eh? Oh boy. Oh boy. You glimpsed a woman atop the cliff? Could it be Iceheart herself come to sneer at our folly? And to where did she disappear? The heretics must have discovered a passage through the frozen wall, some hidden tunnel that escaped our notice. We have not the men to risk further investigation. It would be best if we were to return to Whiterun Front and lay our suspicions before Lord Drillamont. I agree. Let's not be too hasty now. She seemed pretty confident. Would not want to get tangled up in all that. Oh, Cringe Corner, thank you for being such a good mount. Furious, it appears I owe you my thanks once again. The surviving knights spared no detail in the report. The men you found out near Snowcloak were some of my finest. That they should be bested so handily. I fear I have woefully underestimated the threat these heretics pose. While I understand you might balk at the notion, I must ask that you put aside your mission and consider the stolen provisions lost to us for now. 'Twould be ill-advised to blunder unprepared into what may well be the very lair of our enemy. Pray, return to Dragonhead and inform Lord Horshaphon of your discoveries. He will wish to plan contingencies of his own. As for Iceheart and her fanatics, the freezing heights of Snowcloak will not shield them from our justice ere for long. Gosh. My brain's doing that thing where it's trying to anticipate the next words before I actually read them. So I'll start to say a word, but then backtrack when my eyes actually catch up. It's making me stumble over everything. It's like I have a thick tongue. Here I am, Horshaphon. Oh, okay, cutscene again.
Your return is most timely. Of their own accord, my thoughts had turned to your task and the progress thereof. I confess, my imaginings tended toward the grim and bloody. But you are here now, and I suspect such frivolous wonderings do little justice to the reality of your travails. Tell me, what did you learn of Iceheart? Indeed, and this transpired at Snowcloak? Of all the highlands, that towering wall has borne the worst of the region's brutal shift in climate. So inhospitable has Snowcloak become that we have still to survey the area in its entirety. Could its frozen heights conceal the heretics' hideaway? Mayhap a more robust reconnaissance effort is in order. Putting such considerations aside for the moment, we still know far too little of this Iceheart. That she is capable of commanding such a band of fanatics bespeaks natural authority, and no small measure of charisma. As much as I would like to fathom this mystery with you, the situation has grown beyond my personal purview. I am bound by duty to inform the Temple Knights and request that they bring this matter to its conclusion. Giving the glowing reports the new commander has garnered thus far, I am certain that they can be relied upon to take appropriate action. Though Iceheart's true identity yet eludes us, you have provided us with a point from which to begin. Sometimes it takes but a single stone to prompt an avalanche. On the matter of the stolen provisions, I have already made arrangements for a second shipment to be sent to Revenant's Toll. I could not well allow such an honorable venture to be undermined by one miserable setback.
Thanks, Horsefon. This guy always comes through. Cool. Alright, back to Revenant's Toll. Seems like we got some issues here in Kurthis that will probably need my assistance ere long. But for now, let's ensure we have our provisions and deal with the coming of the new organization.
Various! It's good to see you well. It's good to see you return to the Toll. How fared you in the frozen waste of Kurthis? House Fort Tom says to send us a second shipment. I must send thanks to Lord Horsefon for his continued generosity. Yet even as our town grows in prosperity, I feel it would attract ever greater numbers of those who would do us harm in the name of greed or power. All of us, Alvino's new recruits included, must remain vigilant against such threats.
Nice. Ooh, new stuff? Oh, nothing for me. Brave new companions. Nice.
While you were away in Kurthis, preparations for the inaugural ceremony were all but completed, although Tataru does yet seem somewhat flustered. I've taken enough of your time. Why don't you head into the Rising Stones and see if your frantic receptionist could do with a hand?
Fair enough. I'm just an errand boy. Ding, 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 ding. Alright, Tataru. I'm here to help.
Even these parchments need to be sorted, and these documents, why are they even here? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorely tempted to file the lot in my waste paper basket. Ah, Furious, you startled me. You wish to lend a hand? Splendid! Would you be a dear and hand these uniforms to the new recruits? They're scattered about Revenant's Toll, and I haven't the time to track them all down. The recruits know to don their garb immediately and assemble here in the Rising Stones. You'll want to report directly to Alphino. You'll want to report directly back to Alphino if you don't want to miss the ceremony. I wonder if the Scions will ever have matching uniforms. A well-funded organization is a well-dressed organization, I suppose.
Yeah. Speaking of funds, don't got a lot. Let's see. Okay, who is one of the new recruits? You Hase. Those who believe this company will see no riches are short-sighted fools. The giving of oneself 'tis an investment in the future. Thus did I sign my name to the cause. Take this uniform. 8 of them. Nice. These uniforms were a splendid idea. Once our organization has made a name for itself, there shall be wealth aplenty in selling replica costumes to the adoring masses. That guy doesn't seem like he's in it for the right reasons. Oh boy, Laurentius. heck is going on here? I thought it best to mimic my fellows here, but I admit that I have no idea what we're supposed to be doing. Alright, you're cool. Ah, our new uniforms. I'm reminded of my induction into the Wood Whalers. Heck are you guys doing? Laurentius, you idiot. Bah. Alright, who's next? Alright, Aliane. I remember you. Isildur has at last retired from the adventurer's life. Though I shall miss his wisdom and irrepressible spirit, I'm excited to forge my own path forwards. Ah yes, the uniform, thank you! Truth be told, the thought of pledging myself to such a lofty organization is somewhat intimidating. You'll be fine. If Laurentius can do it, you can do it. Ergmus. This scarlet garb marks me a proud member of the Maelstrom, and a hardy defender of Limsa Lominsa. Yet in truth, I stand for the betterment of the realm, and thought this new company fine opportunity to contribute on a grander scale. Oh ho, now that's a striking shade of blue. Put alongside my Maelstrom uniform, my wardrobe will certainly not lack for color. Okay, ooh. I think that guy's in it for the right reasons. Ilberd. I don't believe we've met. I am Ilberd, and I will have the honor of leading my fellow recruits as captain. Much did I lose to the calamity, and I look forward to aiding others in rebuilding their lives. Okay. This guy looks like a captain. The uniforms are a shrewd decision. There is no easier method of creating a common bond among what is essentially a band of strangers. FME. Furious Cable! Gods, I did not expect to meet you strolling about town. The tales of your primal battles were what inspired me to become the Revenant's Toll. 'Tis an honor to receive this uniform from your hands. I shall wear it with pride. Good old Wilred over here. Little Alamigo could learn much from Revenant's Toll, that this town could be so alive in the midst of such desolation. I've never worn aught quite so voluminous, whatever. Well, I'm sure I'll grow accustomed to the extra cloth in time. And last but not least, who we got? Real, my boy Real. Hello there, lad. Looking for me, was you? I suggest giving a whistle, but I'm not sure as I'd hear it amongst all the bustle. Oh ho, proper uniforms and all. This thing will cut off the blood to me head. Not to worry though. I'm sure she'll be fine after making a few adjustments. I've done the deed. The recruits have their uniforms. It's time to begin the inaugural address, or whatever it is. Let's do this, Alfino. Yes, Furious. Ah, the Taru mentioned you were handing out the new uniforms. I assume you've now met the rest of the recruits. Some few answered the call to arms I put forth through the established grand companies and such. We are not yet an army, but there is much a small corps of elite warriors can achieve. Did I mention I thought of a name for the company? 'Tis my hope that it shall soon be known across the breadth of Eorzea. The moment of truth draws near, Furious. Once the last of the recruits have gathered, I shall make the official announcement.
Comrades, your presence here this day signifies the momentous choice that each of you has made. With your strength now pledged to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, you are beholden to no single nation. You stand as the vanguard for a united Eorzea. From this moment forth, I declare you Crystal Braves. Let us mend this fractured realm and face our enemies as one. Whether it be the Beastmen and their primals, or the conflict in Carteneau, it is plain that the nations of Eorzea cannot solve the problems which plague the realm. Thus does it fall to some few heroic souls to succeed where they have failed. Come! take your place at the Scion's side as guardians of Eorzea, and together we shall fight for the freedom of all! For the freedom of all!
Crystal Braves, eh? That's a lot of blue.
A rousing speech, Alphino. Or should I say, Crystal Brave Commander Leveilleur?
Please, Antecedent. The title is honorary. I shall not be leading the troops into battle, as it were. We are of the same purpose. Let us join hands and do what must be done to save this land.
The Scions stand ready.
Ready indeed. So we go fight some more primals. Minvilia. Oh, another cutscene.
I'm eager to see what the Crystal Braves might accomplish. This shall prove an interesting time indeed for the Scions. Yes, I'm listening. So our worst fears are confirmed. The entire Isle. Such power defies comprehension. Truly? Kryl is alive? Thank the 12. I see. Pray, inform me if her condition changes. Yes, I shall pass on your words to Eorzea. My thanks. I shall contact you anon. When I learned of the loss of the Isle of Val, I dared not hope that my friend had survived. Yet, by some miracle, it would seem she has. She's still to regain consciousness, it is true, but better that than death. Putting this happy news to one side, we must now endeavor to make sense of the readings taken by the survey party. It appears the etheric disturbance which accompanied the Isle's destruction is of a magnitude alarmingly close to that of Ultima. Could the Ascians be responsible for this devastation as well? I wonder, have you heard aught from the Mother Crystal since the battle with the Garleans? Then she speaks to neither one of us. Heidelin's silence portends naught but ill, I fear. Louisoix, I pray you yet watch over us.
There it is. Brave new companions finished. Ooh, and I get a new Auroral Coif. Ooh. Oh, another cutscene. Very good. See that the provisions are prepared for transport. Let us hope that this shipment is spared the fate of the last. Sunny in Corthus, eh? The winds are uncommon fierce this day. Ooh.
Ascians in Ishgard. Ooh boy, Eorzea defended. Let's go. Nice. So I think with that being said, this is a nice time to end this here stream with the completion of patch 2.3, Defenders of Eorzea. Got a lot of stuff going on, weird things in motion. The introduction of the Crystal Braves, this strange Lady Iceheart, the reveal of the Ascians in Ishgard. What is going on, man? So much political intrigue. But that'll have to wait until next time. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is On the Dawntrail, my Final Fantasy XIV MSQ guide and playthrough. So, until next time, good morning, good night, and everything in between. Thank you for tuning in. See ya!